What are you there? Did you get the PDF of the worksheets? Only got the maths ones. You done the maths ones? And did you check the verbal one? No, I didn't check that out. Okay. Share the next one. Okay, good morning, everyone. Can you please, all of you, have your videos on? Agrima, Aditya, who else is there? Pani, thank you, Pani. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Rahul. Problem with your video? Yeah, thank you. Nice to see you. Sneha, are you there? Yes, good morning, Aditya. Did you people have a look at the session 1 PDF that I posted in the group? Can you people hear me? Aditya, can you hear me? No one can hear me? I am not getting any response.
Yes,
I can hear you, but I can't find the PDF that you shared.
Same, ma'am.
WhatsApp group. I think
It's not there, ma'am.
ma'am, you
When
didn't
it is
send
made
it in
to-
the crash course group.
There's a new group for crash course. I posted it where it's on the JF223 IPM FIKH, that group. Where Odessa has also sent it. This is the old one only. It's not the new one. No, that's a new crash course. Okay. It starts with JC. Yeah, at least the older ones would be in the old group also. Just check. I'll share it again. I'm not in the. No, they haven't added me in the group.
Yes, ma'am, found it.
Found it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have here? Pahi is there. Pahi, Agrima, Aditya, Rahul. Okay, do you have any doubts from last time session? was last grammar session, not the vocabulary sessions you had with, I think, the other teacher. No doubt so far? Have you gone through the rules that you did for subject verb agreement and pronoun agreement? Yes, Aditya, do you want to say something?
No, ma'am. Yeah, actually, yeah, we completed session 5 and 6.
Pardon, I can't hear you.
We completed session 5 and 6 on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, great.
And session 7, idioms and phrases.
Vocabulary learning go. That's something else. Yes. Then whom? Okay. So when you say who, I gave it to him, who, right? So when it is a subject, it will be who. Whom comes in the possessive form, right? And what did you say? Whose. Whose. So whose is also possessive. When you say whose means it belongs to him or her. Yeah, when there's belonging possessive, whose will come. Right? So whom is object, whom and whose. Yeah, whom is usually used as the object. Like whom did you give it to? Who did this? That will be the subject. Whose and whom. Whom is usually not in the possessive sense as whose is used. Like if you say, whom did you give it to? Means it is still the subject, but no, it's not the subject. It is still the object, but it is like a third person, right? Okay. So we'll move on today. I'll give you the PDF of the printout of the worksheet. Okay, so today we'll be doing some more of grammar. And these are little things which we miss out on, right? And you have to be very careful. So whatever we do, it's all there in your books. You all have your books, or has anyone lost it? And if you don't have your books, you must be having your PDFs at least, right? Okay. So we'll be doing the figures of speech such as prepositions, adjectives, adverbs, articles, and how to use them. So these become sometimes very confusing. Yeah. So we will quickly go through a lot of them. So everyone knows what a preposition is. It shows what? Place, time, how, what, where. All those questions are answered by prepositions, right? Now, prepositions are always followed by a noun. Remember, after the preposition, now the verb will usually come before the preposition. Yeah. So you place something there on the table. On the table, the noun comes after the preposition. So if you are talking about sentence correction or spotting the error in a sentence, you have to see a preposition has come. Okay, the noun is before or after, right? That gives you one clue. So prepositions are placed such as above, across, along, behind, you know, all the prepositions. Then there's a preposition of position, up, down, in, out, near, etc. Direction, opposite to, in the northern side. Yeah, those also come in as directions, around, through, etc. Prepositions of time, before, after, at, during, for a long period of time when you use for, right? Then there would be preposition like as, like, about. That's very commonly used. About, with, without. These are also come in as prepositions at times, right? Now, when you talk about prepositions are not always on their own. They may be attached to some other word, which we call phrasal prepositions. Yeah, like roundabout. Yeah, so round about, it always comes together. So when you have the phrasal prepositions, you should know that which preposition goes with a word and which doesn't go with a word. That is important. That's where IPMAT usually tests. Say, he succeeded by means of perseverance. So by means comes with of, right? Say the things that come together, according to. Will you say according with? No, right? On account of, with regard to, in spite of. Now, one word which we usually make a mistake, many people do, I hope you don't. Cope. What comes with cope? Cope with, not cope up with. Cope up is wrong. Cope up is wrong. Right? So write it down in case you miss it out. It's always cope with, not cope up with. Okay? So because, what comes with because? Because of, in spite of, away from. Yeah. So these are the types of phrases that you have to remember. Now, when you have a participle preposition, what do you mean by a participle preposition? So you have a verb and a participle word that is ending with ing or ed or en coming along with it. Yeah? Like say, my project work is still pending. So you have the verb with ing ending. Right? It is like, what is it? It is pending. Right? So it is a verb, but comes in as a participle preposition. It's a little complicated to remember, so you don't need to remember the word. We'll come to the usage. So when it comes to the sentences, you know how it is going to be used. Okay? So these are just to like make you aware of things. So like respected, he is respected. Now that comes in as a verb, but as a participle also. So now when we have to talk about usage, right? So we'll do some pairs of words which are usually confused, right? So let's begin with, so there are a lot of them. Please make sure if you have your books, keep marking in your books so that you know, okay, this we have done and it stays in your photographic memory. That's very important. At and in. When do you use at? When do you use in? Sometimes we do get confused, right?
The fixed point of time, which wouldn't change.
Yeah, so at may be a fixed point of time, or if you're talking about a place, when would you use at?
It's things like something like a place, like a particular existing place. Like,
Okay, there's a little different. Yeah, when you're talking about a big place, let's say a city, you will say at. If you're talking about your school or college, in.
Why is
then you will not, yeah, so that's the difference. When you are talking about, sorry, it's the other way around. When you're talking about a small place, it's at, I am at school. Yeah, when you're talking about a big place, say a country, a big city, then in will come, right? If it's a small town, say you're talking about a small town and comparing it, or in a sentence you're using it with a bigger place. Say we are talking about he lives at Surajkund in Haryana. You won't say in Surajkund in Haryana.
Yeah.
Because Surajkund is smaller compared to Haryana. Haryana is a big state. Surajkund compared to Haryana is a small thing. But if Haryana doesn't exist in the sentence, then you can say he lives in Surajkund. Right? So it depends upon the context. It's not just rules. It's not a thumb rule as such, but the context in which it is used. Correct? Now, when you're talking about time, when do you use at or in?
at or in? So
Time,
at is a particular
point of time.
while it is a
period of time, right?
in July.
Right. So when you have a period of time, you would use in. When you have a particular point of time, you would use at. Correct? So when you get your sentences, you should remember when in or at is coming in, is it used correctly or not. So the train will arrive at 6 in the morning. Right? Okay, now to and into. Say to can be used in terms of direction, or just I am going to Delhi, right? Or he went to the north. Say Vasco da Gama traveled to the south. Now comparison also you can use to. So they prefer cricket to hockey. You're comparing two things, yeah? Or you're talking about an object. Say you're giving it to somebody. Please give it to me. Yeah? So to is used in different ways. So direction, comparison, indirect object, all these to will be used. Now into. When you use into?
And you go
Inside something, or if it is changing some the frog change into the prince. Yeah. So when you talk about change, the boy changed into a man, or movement. He jumped into the well. I stepped into the train. Yeah. He ran into me also, we can say. When you meet somebody suddenly on the road, you don't expect, he ran into me. That's a idiomatic expression. Right? Okay. Now we come to the pair till and until. What does till imply? So till a point of time. Right? So from, it can be used like we will work till 6:30 p.m. or we will work from 10 a.m. to or till 6:30 p.m. Yeah. So it is usually used when you have a specific point of time. Yeah. Okay. Now when you are using until is up to a point of time, not a specific point of time, but a whole period of time. When something is happening and it is continuing to a point of time. So I will wait until you come.
But I don't come at a particular point.
Yeah, I will come, like if you say, I will come at 6 p.m. So I will wait until 6 p.m. at my office. Right? So you're talking about a long period of time. And there's an end to it. Yeah. or say an activity which continues for some time. Say he laughed until his belly ached. They also, here you will not say till. Until, that is a culmination of something. Yeah. Like if your mom says, you won't step out of your room until you clean your room properly. So the culmination of a point of time. Beside and besides. Confusing?
Beside is next. Beside is next.
Yeah, you've got it. Good. So you've got that. So beside usually is at the side of, like he was sitting beside Allah. Yeah. We camp beside the lake, and besides, this is very common, a very common word pair in that or any other example for that matter. So besides means other than, or a lot, as well as. Say, if you say that I applied to, I am Indore, besides applying to other colleges, right? So there will be besides. So the ES is very important. Besides doing the cooking, I help him. Yeah, I don't think that's really grammatically correct. Anyway. Okay, another word pair is between and among. Commonly mistaken?
It's for people
More than. Yeah. So between is used when there are two things or two people that you have to choose between, say, the red and the blue car, right? And among can come in when you have a choice among a lot of brands. Yeah, so it's not, you are not choosing between a lot of brands, you're choosing among a lot of brands. Okay. Say he distributed his property between his two sons. A treaty was signed between the three parties. Here it's not two, but three. So a close relationship between things. It can be two or three, or maybe even four, countable. Right? See, a treaty was signed between the three parties. Say maybe you're talking about a convention. Three countries come together to sign a peace treaty. So the treaty was signed between the countries. So it shows a close relationship between the countries. So some activity which has a close relationship among them, or between them, I should say. Now among, when there are two or more persons or things, that is, there is no definite number. So if you were to say that there were lots of countries, you don't know how many, then among, right? So when there's a definite number, you would use between. When there's no definite number, among comes. Write that down. Definite number between, no definite number, among. Yeah. He was happy to be among his friends again. So lots of friends.
using among and amongst. Yes.
Amongst is okay. So you distribute. It's like you dividing something, then it is amongst. Say you distributed sweets amongst the children.
Amongst the poor, then
Which one?
you
He distributed his property. Yeah, this could be amongst the poor. Now here, amongst again. Amongst is usually used when you know how many people. The countable. Yeah. And if it is indefinite, then among is usually used.
But then
There's a little difference. We can go wrong. Yeah. You're right. We can go wrong. So we have to see the context again. Yeah. So he distributed his property among the poor. Or you can say he distributed his property amongst all of his sons. Yeah. So there's a smaller number.
It is still different, but there's a
Yeah,
smaller.
closer relationship. So you can take it that way, that it is a closer relationship amongst can be used. But usually to be on the safer side, we'll go with among. If amongst is there, then we will look at it. Okay, now another group of words comes in this. So it should be on, out, and out of. Okay, anyway. So on is used for a, say, place of work or a mode of travel or something, on the estate, on the railway, yeah, on a bicycle. I traveled on a bicycle, yeah, and out. Say on is also used with days and days. I will go on, or I have to do this on. Exam begins on Thursday, or exam begins on the 25th. Now out, get out of something, or throw out, yeah. Or you may also use out of so many things. That also is possible, right? So these are a few word pairs which usually we get confused with. So we need to remember, right? Now with and by. Yes. Okay, all my friends who are on my screen, everyone is very quiet. Sneha, what's the difference between with and by? Yes, Sneha Chaudhary, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So how do you use with?
Ma'am, with is with like we are. Ma'am, I know, but I don't know how to explain it.
So say, if we say you do something with
Yeah.
a pencil,
Yes.
and by, yeah, in active passive also, like I wrote with a pencil, or this was written by a pencil. By would be personalized. So if you just remember that with is used for instruments, by is used for it. By is somebody doing it. This was done by, or say, if you think of a sentence. Say the concept was explained by the teacher with the help of examples. Yeah. So the agent is the teacher, by the teacher. Examples is the instrument with examples. Right?
What is the difference between complete by and complete with?
You use accompanied by, not accompanied with. Usually it is accompanied by. Okay. So these are like when you get it in the same sentence, you should know which is correct. Right? So you may get, say the snake was killed by a stick. You know, by a stick would be wrong. With a stick. Right? So usually, now we use with correctly, but when it comes to by, sometimes we do get confused.
By is usually for.
Yeah, by is usually for something with which we are doing the work. Right? Now moving on. Under and underneath. They seem to be the same. You keep something under or something underneath. It is a subtle difference, which it's good to know. Under is usually used when we are talking about living things. So when you, in a sentence, when you come across, say something like, hide this underneath the table. You won't say under the table. We use it that way. We usually say under for non-living things, but grammatically it would be underneath. So if you get a choice between under and underneath in a sentence, you know that if it is a living thing, it would be under. I work under Mr. Singh. He is holding under the table. So that is referring to a person who is under the table. Yeah. So under, it would be used for somebody who is living, and underneath will go in for something non-living. On and upon. Would we use these interchangeably? Not really. Yeah. You also get a little bit of difference. Now, when you have two things touching each other, then it is on. You keep the book on the table. He sat on the chair. Yeah. Now, upon usually comes when something is not directly on it, or maybe something is hanging upon. Yes.
Are you on the first slide or you have moved on, because we are still seeing the first slide?
Can you see underneath or on upon? You can see this page? Okay, 1 minute. I'll share again. Okay, that happens when there's. Okay, can you see the page
Yeah.
now?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So now we did underneath, and on and upon, right? So there's when you talk about underneath or on upon, there's very subtle difference. But when you're using it grammatically, you have to take note of it. Right?
If we see the cat jumped upon the chair, but the cat should be touching the chair, right?
Yeah, she came upon. So here you will not use on the chair, it will be upon. Or they moved things upon. There is very little difference, but yes, there is. It is confusing. I was also confused. It took some time to understand. Okay, now OF off and OFF off. Right? Let's look at this. OF off would be used when you're talking about a location. Yeah. Or something of somebody. Yeah. So east of here. Yeah. Now, when you're talking about possession, belonging to, say, a part of a group, measurements, a cup of milk or 2 meters of snow. Yeah. Now, when do you use off? You're removing something. Keep off the glass. Yeah. He put the work off till later. That's also off. Yeah. The island is off the coast. Yeah. So there's a difference when you come across the words OF and OFF. Take note, how is it used in the sentence? So that's where all the exams will catch. If you are a little slack on or you don't notice the word as such, you will go wrong. Now, during and for. Any difference between during and for? Something has happened during, so you know that it is a known period of time. Then you can say during, right? Say during the Diwali vacation, during the summer holidays, or during the Middle Ages. So a period of time which is a definite period of time, or it is known. There you will use during. Now, when do you use for? You can use it for. You can use it before known periods and for a particular purpose. I went there for the summer. So during will usually be used when you are saying that, okay, during this period of time I will go there.
when you're talking about an event or situation that's
Yeah.
happening during that time, periods during.
So it is something more definite.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went there for the summer vacation.
Just looking for.
But it's a summer vacation, not something very specific. Yeah.
You can say I went there for the summer.
Yeah.
During the vacation, this happened.
During the vacation time. Okay. Before, after, and afterwards. Look at all of them together. So before is used in reference to two events. One happened before the other. Right? After is used when you have an adverb. Say afterwards, like after is a prepositional phrase which is used as a prepositional word. Yeah. When after will be followed by a noun pronoun auxiliary. After he came. After we went there. Yeah. Afterwards, how would you use afterwards? She must be this thing. Okay. So when we talk about afterwards, so you can say, I will do this work later. So I will do it afterwards. Yeah. So it can be used as, it can come in as a clause. So afterwards, he realized. Yeah. So if you look at the usage, after visiting them, we came back. Right? We visited them and afterwards they came back. So one event happened. After that, another event happened. Right? Or soon afterwards, I got a call from him. So it comes, the usage is a little different. When you are comparing something, the two things before, after, then you can use before or after. Afterwards, when you're talking about a period of time. Or say one event happened and then another happened. Right? Now, since.
Since is I read a something and since.
So maybe I have been preparing for the IPM since 6 months. Yeah. So when you're talking about
And for 6 months we'll use for, right?
yes.
I have been preparing for the exam for 6 months, right? How will it be 6 since 6?
He has been talking about this since a long time. Or since I have been prepared. Yeah, you can use for also. If you use a long period of time. Yeah.
I think since
Or
will be used if we
you're
start
talking
on a particular date.
have been preparing since last year. And
Yes.
for a period of time. So when you're talking about a point of time which is in the past, say since 2 years, yeah, or maybe you can say I have been preparing since 2002, and I have been preparing for 2 years, or I will be working on this for 2 weeks. So when you have a definite period of time, for is used. Since when a point of time has begun and it is continuing, right? So usually that's when the since comes in. So it has been raining since 6 o'clock, right? So it is raining, and since that time it has been raining. So there's a little difference between now. So since is also used as say an adverb. If I say he left school in 1983, I haven't seen him since. So it usually used in the sense when you're talking about a time which has already happened and you are continuing to the present. So when you are continuing from a past time to the present, you will be using since. Right? Now, when is from coming in, so we can use it this way. Most people work from age 26. I have been working on this. No, that's since so long. So you will have classes from 10 to 12. So from one point of time to another point of time. There's where from comes in. Or it can also be a place he came from a particular city. So it can also be used for a duration of time, right? I have worked in this company for 11 years, or I have worked on this project for 12 months. Yeah, so that's a difference between since, using since and using for. So since is usually, you can remember it that way. When you use since, it will be something that has begun earlier and has continued to the present. And something which is a definite period of time, you can say for. Yeah. Okay. So now we come to another little bit. So when you have verbs plus prepositions coming. So what do you mean by verb plus prepositions? Say this is where you have a combination of two words. So what is a preposition that goes about? So what comes in with about? Worries about, complain about, read about something. Yeah. So you have to know the combinations probably. He complained about the water, or I read about flooding in the city. You can make a list of your own of different words that come in at, arrive at, smile at, look at, yeah, laugh at somebody. So he arrived at the airport. Children smile at. From, differ from, suffer from. Yeah. So if you see, all the prepositions can be used on their own or in combination with other words, usually verbs. So these become the verbal phrases. When you are adding a preposition to a verb, they become verbal phrases or prepositional phrases. Say suffers from dementia. The results differ from my original idea. For is very commonly mistaken usage. Account for something, allow for something, search for something. Say be sure to account for any discrepancies. Right? I return the transcript to the interviewers to allow for revisions to be made. Yeah, allow for. Or maybe the rule allowed for something. Yeah. Searching for, that is easy. In can go with a lot of words. Yeah. Say occur, in. The same problem occurred in 3 out of 4 cases. Right? This occurred in this period. Result in something. Something is happening. This results in an error. Yeah, when you're doing an experiment, that results in. If you're doing accounting, the whole bookkeeping results in something. Yeah, end result of something. Succeeded in. of. Lots of places we can use, say approve of, consist of. Now, I came across this question, I think. It's the worksheet. Now, consist of and comprise. How is comprise used? If we use an of, what's comprise? Anybody? Pari? Would we use of with comprise? Think of it.
Depends on the statement.
Comprise will be used on its own, never comprise of. Yeah, because comprise means what? Comprise means consist of. Right? Comprise itself means consist of. So you can use consist of or comprise, but grammatically not comprise of. Right? So you remember that. Comprise will never come with that.
Comprise will consist of our interchange.
Interchange. Right? See, I approve of the idea. Yeah. The recipe consists of, see basic ingredients. The basement smells of something. Yeah. Now on. So it's so the list can go on and on.
What is it depend on? Do we use depend upon?
We will use depend on, not depend. Right? We do use, but that's incorrect. Lots of things we used in common,
That's not
in common conversation, what we use. Some of them are not always grammatically. So we have to look at what is grammatic. Yeah. In common usage, lots of things can be used, but not grammatic. Say concentration, concentrating on his work. Yeah. Depend on something. Yeah. Insist on. Yeah. You insist on doing something. Okay. To. You belong to something. Yeah. You belong to the place, or you belong to a family. Contribute, again to, I hope to contribute to the previous research. Contributing to. Lead can come with to. My results will lead to future research. Right? Please refer to. Yeah, refer always comes with to. So these are pairs which always come together. Now with. How do you use with? Can you use with agree or disagree with? Yeah. Argue with. Deal with something. If you're dealing with the situation. Right? So these were easy. Okay. So these were all prepositions and prepositional changes. Lots of them. It's a long list, but yes, if you keep those in mind, you will not be confused. Right now.
That happens.
Can you people see the screen? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so now we come to adjectives. Now we have learned adjectives and what are adjectives in grammar and school. Now no one is going to ask you what an adjective is. You have to know how to use it properly. Use them correctly. So now when you're talking about adjectives, what do you mean? When you're comparing something, you use adjectives. You're describing something, you use adjectives, right? Say quantity or degree of something. Now, yes, sometimes they will be asking you like a negative situation and a positive situation. So which adjectives go with a negative situation, which don't go with a negative situation, those we have to see. Okay, let's see this here. Okay, now some is an adjective, right? Hmm? Is the correct sentence correct as it is in the first one? Hmm? Why?
Some. It's,
So some usually goes into something which is definite, affirmative sentence. Yeah. Any? Have you bought any oranges? Something more as a negative. Did you went to the market? Did you buy any oranges? Yeah. So you came back with no oranges at all. Yeah. Okay. Now, when you're talking about adjectives, we usually come across the comparison. So what are the three forms of comparisons? Yeah, and positive. So positive comparative. Suppose we just give me a word, Sneha. Any word which you can use in three forms of comparison. Say strong. Three forms will be strong, stronger, and strongest. Right?
Better.
Yeah. So good, better, best. So the see, even the word changes itself. So good will go. For the printout of the worksheets. You can have a copy if you want.
yeah, take one.
Okay, when you're comparing two things, we can use the so we can use a positive comparative and superlative, but we have to see how it is used, right? There are very many mistakes. Okay, let's look at this one. Which is the best of the two models of car? Is that correct? No. Yeah. Which is better? That would be okay. Yeah. Which is the better of the two models? So you have to see what comes in when you are comparing. So when now if you're comparing two qualities of the same person, what would you use? This is a very common question. Say Anna is wiser than brave.
She is brave.
Yeah. So Anna is more wise than, we remove the she is.
Because of concern.
Yeah. So we don't want repetition. So when you are comparing two qualities of the same person, we will be using more with it. Right?
Qualities of the same person.
Of the same person. Two qualities of the same person. So we are comparing what? We are comparing not one person to another. We are comparing one quality to another quality of the same person. So one is more than the other. Yeah. So here if we see, say Anna is wise more than she is brave. Yeah. So Anna is more wise than. Let's look at this one. He is smarter than any other boy should come. Right? So when you're talking about two people comparing two different entities, two different units, then you have to use other. Right? So any other boy in the section. He is smarter than any other boy. Okay, now another thing, we'll come to that later also. If you look at the sentence, if I say he is smarter than any other boy, that's again incorrect. Why? When you are comparing one thing to another, either it is two different things. Say he is also a boy. He belongs to the same group. So when you are comparing something to another thing, you have to say another thing of the same group. You can't compare something to the whole group. Right? So he is smarter than any boy would be wrong.
In case, I know there's no existing function, but in case a boy is smarter than any other boy in the world, then how do you-
Any other boy is fine. Any boy would be wrong. So any other boy, if there's some context given before and it implies, then it's fine.
For example, it's a children's novel, and we say that Ron is smarter than any other boy. Like, if we're talking generally about the entire world.
So
that will-
if we have talked about Ron earlier in the context, then we can say that. But if it is a standalone sentence, then we would rather use add something.
He's
to
the
it.
smartest of all the boys
He is the smartest of all the boys
in the world.
in the world,
Yeah.
right? So a group comes in. Now, when you have comparative adjectives such as, say, this one, he is elder. You use that.
No.
So he is elder to me. Yeah. So when you are comparing qualities, yeah, say inferior, superior, junior, junior to, not junior than, prior to, you prefer this to that, right? So here's where to, like elder, mostly we do get confused, and this question is always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll always come across this question. Elder than would be wrong, elder to me would be correct. Right? Now, when you're comparing, say, superlatives, she is the strongest of all the women.
All.
Hmm?
Here we're talking about the people, any other one woman, and so that is wrong.
So, she is strongest of all women, not all other women. She is stronger than all other women would be correct. She is strongest.
She's stronger than, shouldn't it be any other?
Yeah, that would also be make sense.
So that way, or is it same?
She is stronger than any other woman is. That's right. So when you're using superlatives like strongest, biggest, yeah, then what do you use? You are comparing to the class of things, right? Not another particular person. Now, when two things are compared, say specifically when the same parts of things, here's where we said, say the population of Lucknow is greater than Dehradun. Would that be correct? What are we comparing?
Say
So when you have a sentence where comparison comes in, first thing you have to say what is being compared. The population of Lucknow is greater than Dehradun. Than that. Yeah. So the population of Lucknow should be compared to the population of Dehradun. In this sentence, what is being compared? Population of Lucknow is being compared to Dehradun, which is incorrect. Right? Now,
we saw that we used to comparative we used to, right? So is it wrong to say she's smarter than another?
she's smarter
Than
than,
any other,
yeah, smarter than is okay.
smarter than the
Where?
first one. Is
Elder two. So those are certain, here what is being compared?
age.
Age or say superior, a position.
Okay. So anterior posterior is the answer.
Yeah, not of quality. When you come to quality, then that comes in, right? So this is clear when you are comparing two parts of the same thing. You have to use that curve. So you have to see what is being compared. Any comparison comes in, what is being compared. Don't compare mismatched things. Now when double comparative comes in, most and strongest, does that go together? Hmm? No, right? So he is the most strongest boy in the class would be incorrect. He is the strongest boy in the class. So comparatives are never used together. Like Ram is more wiser than Shyam. No, he is just wiser than Shyam. Right? Now we come to something called. So those were the adjectives, qualities, the different comparatives. Yeah. What should be used together, what should not be used together. Now when we talk about adverbs, what are adverbs? So describing verbs, they usually modify verbs, adjectives or so it's used along with. Say if we say so when you're talking about adjectives, adverbs, say you have ran fast. Yeah. So he ran very fast. Yes. So the very comes in as the adverb. What kind, when, where, yeah. Usually of you have the words with ly coming at the end. Those will be adjectives. So he eats slowly, describing the verb, right? So those we did all of the confusing parts of speech. Like when we use what, yeah. So far it may be confusing. But all these confusing words you have to take note, right? Now just to sum up everything before we move on to the next. Now the words that should be taken note of, commonly they'll come in very frequently in your questions. Since, yeah, I have been waiting since yesterday to TOO.
Along with
Hmm?
is waiting.
Too much. Does it come in? Huh? So only much. can use. Would you say you are too much nice?
Yeah.
You are
In
too
the
nice.
sense it sounds really wrong, but
Yeah.
generally I.
Generally we
it is a-
use it. That's why I put it in. So you won't say too much, you will say just too. You're too good.
So it's wrong to say it's too much of water. So
It
that's
is much of a lot.
much of water.
Now, much is already saying that it is a lot.
Yeah.
Too much, it becomes like when we come to redundancy, we'll say you don't use two words describing the same thing and the same quality together.
Then why would it be like seemingly
Hmm?
seemingly difficult?
Seemingly difficult. It seems to be difficult. So it's not giving you two adjectives of the same thing. Right? So you won't say too much, you will just say too nice. Right? So whenever you come across two adjectives together, see if are they both describing the same thing? Then you will use only one of them. Right? Enough. Is the house enough large? Larger. Yeah. So it's the way you use it. So here it is modifying word, large is modifying, enough is modifying the large. Fairly and rather. These are two words which can be confusing, but they are not used interchangeably. Yeah. Now, fairly is used in the positive sense, rather is used in the negative sense. Yeah. Say, he scored well. Would you say he scored fairly well or he scored rather well? Fairly well. Yeah. He performed fairly badly or rather badly? Rather. Yeah. So fairly and rather are used in two different situations. They're not used interchangeably. Yeah. Akash is fairly intelligent. That's a positive one. Yeah. Akash is rather intelligent. That would be incorrect. Akash is a fairly dumb student. Wrong. Akash is a rather dumb student. So when you come across the words fairly and rather, you have to see how it is being used. Okay. Still started in the past, continues to the present. It's still happening. Are you still at home? Are you still writing? Right? He still hasn't given me the answer to my question. Right? Okay. So these were a lot of words. Now we have more to go. Ready? So now conjunctions. What are conjunctions? Joining words. Yeah. Some simple conjunctions. And but, so all those are conjunctions. Yeah. They joins, phrases, clauses, they can use, they come in the middle of sentences. Two clauses, you know what clauses are? Parts of a sentence. Yeah.
Clauses are those which don't have verbs.
Right. So clauses are those which have words in them.
So phrases are those which don't have verbs.
Phrases. Clauses would be like when you talk about sentence structure, a clause would say there are two types of clauses. Independent clauses and dependent. Independent clauses have a verb, a subject, and make complete sense. Yeah. So that makes a complete sentence. Dependent clauses are fragments of sentences, which may have a verb and a subject, but don't make complete sense. Or maybe have a verb and don't have a subject. Yeah. Okay. Now, coordinating conjunctions. We came across coordinating conjunctions when we were doing subject verb agreement. Either or, neither nor, for, so, yet, etc. Now, these now when we're talking about these words, sorry, those are coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions are the simple conjunctions like for, and, not, but, or, yet, so. Yeah, you can remember them with the acronym FANBOYS. FANBOYS. Yeah.
That sentence both concise, is slow but sure.
Yeah. He is slow but sure would be better. So these are like he is slow, he is sure. We have two different sentences. How do we join them together? Comma but. So conjunctions are used to join sentences. Mark and Chris are good actors. Yeah. Two subjects come together with and. Now, correlative conjunctions, they join similar parts of sentences and they always come in pairs. They use for comparisons also, right? Now, both and both, suppose both Rahul and Agrima attended classes. Yeah, either or, neither nor, we came across these in our previous lesson. Yeah. Not only will always come with but also. Whenever you have say not only in a sentence, look for the other part.
If there is no other part, the second part is not there, the sentence automatically is wrong.
Whether will come along with all, and so as. Hardly can come with when. Yeah. If then. So there are many more pairs, only a few of them here. Okay. What with and. Just as this happened, so that happened. Right? Both always come with and. As when you're comparing, as good as white as snow. Right? Say either he is mad or he feigns madness. Either or. Not only homes but also apartments are now built underground. Not only but also. Okay, so these were the correlative conjunctions. We won't go into too much of details now. Now we come to the next one, which are called subordinating conjunctions. What are subordinating conjunctions? They may introduce a phrase or a clause, and this is where when your subordinating conjunction comes in, that part of the sentence cannot stand on its own. If you just remember that, it's an incomplete. So, or it may give the connect two ideas and give a relationship between two ideas, or two parts of the sentence. Say either, as though. After. We came after, or I will leave after him. Right? You are giving a relationship. As though, although, since, until, all these words before, whenever. I went to the store because I ran out of. Yeah? So, giving a relationship. So those were conjunctions. When you come across those conjunctions, what do you do? Just see if it is used correctly, that's it. That's just to give you an idea of what. Now, very important is using articles. What are articles? Or the and. Yeah. So articles are used to indicate. So the article the. When is the used? Something specific.
Yeah.
Something you know about. Yeah.
It normally has
Generally you use that. Indefinite articles or an. Yeah. Or is used in singular. Okay. When or singular when it is with a consonant and with a vowel. Again, singular. Okay. And is used when the identity is not known. It is not specific. So something specific you know about it, the. Something which is not specific, you don't know about it, and. Yes, and then you have both and the coming into in your options, and you should know when to use what. Okay. Now, so specific identity not known, and. So I think an animal is in the garage. You don't know what it is. Suppose you know what the animal is. The bear is in the garage. Right? Or maybe a bear is in the garage, which you don't know which bear. Yeah? And if I say the bear which I saw yesterday, specific, you know it. Right? Okay. Now, when the identity is known. Like I said, the boy sitting next to me is the sign. Right? Thank you for the advice. Yeah. Or you with advice, maybe sometimes we don't even use any article. He gave me advice. Yeah, that will also be great. Now, when you are talking about abstract nouns, usually you don't use a noun. Right? So when you, I do not like coffee. Abstract or non-concrete. Something you cannot count, something which is maybe a quality, then you won't use any other. Okay. So let's look at these examples. She sent me a postcard from Italy. A postcard. It's not very definite. Yeah, it's not known. From Italy. An unspecified postcard. It's the postcard that I have in my office, then it becomes present. So a particular postcard. Getting postcards makes me want to travel. So any postcard in general, we don't need to use any other. Right? So it's not that always we need to use article. We have to see what is the situation, what is the context. The context will tell you whether to use an article or not, what article to use. Okay? If it is specific, you use the. If it is not specific, or. Right? Now, there are other places also, apart from specifics, where you the will come. Say the moon. Something which is in general, in the universe, the earth. You won't say earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. Right? So it is like the only kind. The man. Specific, so this is also specific. The Milky Way. So you're talking about something specific. Now, when you're talking about geographical places, there's something specific, something which is a large region or a group of names. Say the United Kingdom, right? But will you say the India? That's wrong. The Indian Peninsula. That's right. Yeah. So when it is a large region or maybe a group, say the Gobi Desert. Yeah. But again, it depends upon the context. So usually you will use it. So the United Kingdom, the Sacramento River, the Ganges. Yeah, we use the Brahmaputra, right? But when do we not use the? We don't always use the, right? So when we're talking about smaller things like cities, parks, or countries, which are single units, not a group of, say, the United Nations, you would say the UN, or the USSR. But will you say the Russia? Right? So if it is, if it gives the idea of a group, you will use the. Or if it is large, the Thar Desert. Right? You would use the Himalayas. Yes. Right? But if it is a specific name, say Mount Everest, you won't use the. The Himalayas, it is a range, consists of many units. So if something consists of many units, you can use them. If it is one unit, you will not use them.
So basically, this contrasts the usage of the in a normal sentence. We use the for a specific day in a sentence. When it comes to a day.
So this is when you are talking about names.
Yeah, but
We are talking about nouns. Yeah. So when you're talking about nouns, you can use the when you're talking about groups or something consisting of many units. And nouns which are single entities, you will not use the. Right? Right? Anyone? So these were a lot of things to remember. Now let's see if we remember something. Yeah. Fill in the blanks. No options given. Yeah. So the articles. Yeah. Everyone got it? I bought a horse, an ox, and a buffalo. Yeah. The message. The message. Yeah. If you see him, give him the message. The guide knows the way. The guide knows the way. So that is specific. Let us discuss the matter. Man, thou art.
And
Oh, wonderful. You're not good. Okay, now another thing. If you have a consonant but you pronounce it as a vowel, yeah, you would use and. If you have a vowel which is pronounced as a consonant, you can use vowel. Right? So you have to see where what is being. Okay, let's look at this thing. Okay, everyone can read the screen. Lots of blanks.
Yes.
So write down whatever you are putting into the blanks. Yes, who give me the first blank? Rahul? The First blank,
Arrived in the US last Monday.
second one. Who wants to give
Oh, you need to use articles only, right?
We left, no, we don't need any article. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Over,
Yeah. Flew over the Alps.
yeah, okay. Aditya, next one.
No article.
No article. Okay. Agrima, next one.
D. D.
Would you use D, Harrods? Or you would say just Harrods? We can use D, Harrods if it is conventionally used that way. But grammatically, you would just say Harrods. Right? Or if you want to specify, we can use D. So this is a little ambiguous over here. If you say we went shopping at the Harrods, if it is conventionally used that way, yeah. So it is something important, and that is the only one. So the Harrods is it is unique. Remember the sun.
Yeah.
So something that is unique, we can say
If
the.
Harrods is a chain of restaurants
Yeah.
or whatever that is, then we use no article.
No article. Yeah. Visited
No tower.
the tower and enjoyed a sunny afternoon in
No Hyde Park. Or Hyde Park.
Hyde Park is a noun. So do we need the? No, we don't need a noun. Right? So everyone got this one? Let's see this one. Although her first business, a health food store. Now here what do you need to do? Read the directions, correct the sentence if necessary, and give reasons for your corrections. So you have to find out what is wrong and correct it. Yeah. So it may be any of the rules that we learned so far.
But would it be used? Like in the third, fourth part, we won't use one because we already have used all four.
Right. So there's a contrast now. If we just break it up, her first business, a health food store, went bankrupt. Yeah. She eventually launched a successful mail order business. Yeah. So here we are talking about conjunctions, joining the two ideas of the two parts of the sentence. So we would use either although or but, any one of them. If we begin with although, we will not use but. If we begin with her business, we can use but. Right? Two brothers reconciled to each other after years of estrangement.
Each other would be to each other would be that.
To each other would be correct?
Would not be there.
Would not.
The two brothers reconciled after years of estrangement.
Okay, suppose we need each other.
We need each other.
Suppose we cannot change each other.
Okay.
If we have options, reconcile to each other and some other form of it in your option. Then
Is reconcile also necessary? That is up to me.
that is the main part of the sentence.
Brothers
Yes, anybody? Pahi?
with each other.
With each other. Right? We would use
But
with
usually
each other.
we just say reconciled after years of estrangement.
See, we are talking about each other.
Yeah. No,
So-
no, in case in each other is not necessary. Then wouldn't we just say two brothers?
They reconcile, the two brothers reconcile after years of estrangement. That will also be correct. But we have each other, so we need a proper
That understand.
preposition come. Right? The minister was chary of admitting to his mistakes. What should that? Is it correct? Read carefully.
Shall we be cautious or suspicious? For example, or
Ma'am, the two won't be necessary. We admitting his mistakes.
He was Charlie, so Charlie is important. Charlie of,
that's right.
right? So the minister of Charlie of admitting to his mistakes and admitting to is also correct. Right? It won't be admitting of, admitting to. Okay. It is very difficult to prevail on such odds. To look at now here, what are we looking at? Look at the prepositions. It is very difficult to prevail on such odds. Yes, anybody? Pai, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me, is this sentence correct or would you want to change something? No clue?
I guess it's correct.
It's correct. What do you think?
Prevail over.
Prevail over such odds. So when you're using such odds, you won't use prevail over odds. You prevail over an event or prevail over a task would be correct. But when you're using odds, to be against. Yeah. So you have some difficulty, you are prevailing against that, you're working against some odds. Right? So when you're getting if you look at the context, such odds is important.
Should I go now?
And let's look at another one. He showed himself to be very negligent of carrying out his duty.
We don't need very because we don't need very.
In carrying out his duty.
Very is talking about how much then.
Ma'am, in carrying out his duty.
Carrying
In
out.
carrying out his negligent in carrying out his duty.
Right? Absolutely right. So negligent not of carrying out his duty, but in carrying out his duty.
Ma'am,
is-
for the minister question, if we replace admitting to by just only admitting, the minister was chary of admitting his mistake. Would this statement still be correct?
Admitting could be correct, but admitting of something or admitting of something is wrong. Admitting to something is correct. When you use admitting,
No, I'm just saying only admitting. The
no, that
minister was chary of admitting his mistake.
no, admitting to comes in together. Right? So it will always be admitting to. Okay, let's look at this one. Neither in delicate stemware or in heavier decorative pieces should one be disappointed to find the bubbles and other imperfections that characterize even the finest lace
It is neither nor and
No, nor
neither nor. Right.
and we remove find the bubbles and replace it just bubbles.
Find the bubbles and other imperfections. Yeah, we can remove the because it's not very
Bubbles is not
specific.
particular.
It's not very specific.
Then the before find step crystal is again.
Yeah. We can keep the bubbles or we can remove it. But the main thing here is neither nor. Right? So one time. This one, I'll see if I find the So we'll quickly do some questions. These are all relating to the chapter we just did. Right? So the first one, and you have to be real fast. So everyone can see what is on the screen. You can see the questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is surprising indeed that he has access dash all the important leaders of the country. Access to. Next. Just eliminate what doesn't.
In
Absolutely. The trouble originated in.
This book comprises.
Comprises 5 sections. It won't be comprises of. Yeah. If you had consists of, then there would be a little tussle between comprises and consists of. But option is consists, which is absolutely wrong.
Speak of.
Speak of. The country has no measure to speak of. They have set out on a journey. Right? So now you have some questions. You have the sentence, and in the options it is a little jumbled up. So you just have to read the sentence, see if there is anything wrong, and pick out the one which has an error.
Then was true because we won't use too much.
Yeah. So was too weighted to have.
No, this was much.
The boxes were heavy, so carrying 2 of them was too much weighted to handle. It's weighted to handle. So you're just comparing. Okay, this one. Unfortunately, I lost interested halfway. Read it carefully. Not just see it, read it.
Interest.
Interest. It won't be interested, obviously. Okay, next one.
Option B.
Be beautiful painted. It won't be beautiful painted, it should be beautifully painted. Okay. Right?
Could you go to the age?
Read aloud. You'll find a mistake.
after careful consideration.
Yeah, careful consideration. It won't be carefully consideration. It could be carefully considering your proposal, but consideration of would be careful consideration of. And if you notice consideration of, right? They also could be a mistake, but it's it is some other words. Okay, we generally don't have lunch, but we always make sure to eat good breakfast. You see, always make sure. This is a repetition. Yeah, we could
But we
go-
make sure to eat good breakfast.
Yeah, make sure to eat good breakfast would be just correct. Anything else? We generally don't have lunch is correct, but is also correct, right? So we could go with no error if we don't consider repetition, but yes, we would consider repetition. Okay, here. Passengers are waiting for their trains at the yeah, so it would be at or
At
on.
platform 2.
It should rather be on platform. Right? So those will not be there anyway. The government has vowed to provide more money to the poor. And the poor. Right? Okay. This one, number 13.
Both the boys.
Both the boys. Yeah. Or just both boys would also be.
Northern part of the city.
In the north part or the northern part. Right?
His two novels.
Two of his novels. Yeah. But the second one is better of the two. Better of the two is okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Here you have to fill in the blanks with the correct option.
More interesting.
It is dash picture than the one we saw last Monday. So we have interesting, much interesting, more interesting. So we are comparing more interesting.
More interesting.
And should it be, it is a more interesting picture, or should
It is, yeah, or should come in actually. The option doesn't have it. Actually, or should come. Very good. Okay.
Worth seeing.
Worth see.
Bigger than I am.
She returned. Yeah. So it won't be quickly. She returned quickly than I thought. Doesn't fit in. More quicker we won't use. Yeah. More quickly than I thought. No. Quicker is concise and gives us a correct word.
Health is preferable to.
Preferable to. Right? Yes. Sneha. Next one. So here we have two qualities of the same person being compared. What's the answer?
Health and wealth be considered as
Hmm.
not qualities.
Health is preferable to.
No, that I realize,
Yeah.
but we use two for position.
Comparison also. You compare one thing to the other. Right? Okay, number 20, we are also comparing. What is being compared? Sneha, what's being compared?
Sorry.
What's being compared in number 20? Question number 20.
He is stronger than
He is stronger. So strong and brave are two qualities of the same person. Right? So stronger, you have A and B. Both have stronger. Which one will you go with? Read carefully. You have to be very careful of the words that come in. So in A, you have stronger than. In B, you have stronger than. Then would be correct? No. You go with A, stronger than. So you have to be very careful. They will put in these words which they know you will be missing out on. So that.
Wouldn't it be more strong than?
So what was it?
Most.
What was it we learned? Comparing two qualities of the same person. Remember we did an example? We're comparing two qualities of the same person. So one quality is better than the other. So he is, okay, 1 minute. Here stronger would be wrong, sorry.
More strong than.
More strong.
Option D.
No, more strong than is incorrect. Stronger than brave is correct.
But the option.
Yeah, but you gave an example of Anna is wiser than brave was incorrect. And Anna is more wise than brave was correct.
Yeah, so sorry. I'm getting confused. Yeah, it will be more strong than brave. right? So D would be your answer. Yeah, he has more of one quality than the other. Yeah, so your more will come in. Okay. Here you have again a sentence. You have options.
More
Hmm?
senior.
He is senior
Yeah,
than
senior to you.
to you. Harsh is senior to you.
Is it possible to stay?
Yeah, not most impossible, it is just impossible.
Any other player?
Hmm?
So J-
Option A
Any other player in the team.
in the team.
Won't say Surjit is more better, just better. 24. Okay, anyone can mute themselves, unmute and reply. I don't have to call your names. Anyone can
Fewer dresses.
fewer dresses are needed, right? Okay, let's look at this one.
hardly one.
And THAN.
HPL. Here you would use when.
Ma'am, I think when,
Hardly. Okay, what did we use with hardly?
because for no sooner we use than, and for hardly we use when.
When, right? Here it will be hardly when. 10 years have passed
Since.
since. Okay, here we have two
Neither
conjunctions.
good nor bad.
She is neither good nor bad, right? You won't say either or and not. You won't use neither or, neither nor should come. Let's look at the last few ones. The officer asked the PN,
No word needed.
no word, why he was taking. Okay. What will come here? Work hard.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, could be used, but I think else would be better.
Else.
Yeah.
don't we use or and else together?
Not always. Work hard, else you will fail is a better usage, right? Okay. Now here. What would be correct?
None of
He is
these.
poor, but he is honest. We have also
None of these.
both come coming together, right?
Although he is.
Although he is poor, yet he is honest. Although he is poor, yet he is the honest. No. So we don't need two comparatives coming in. So none of these. No sooner did I
Option
say
A.
no sooner than, right? So we have than in C and A.
But did we use first tense? Did step.
No sooner did I step out, not step out. Hardly. Hardly, very good, right? Hardly had I stepped out. Hardly had I stepped out. So we'll go with A, right? Okay, number 33. Hmm?
None of these.
We could go with C.
C.
Tony is not only wise but honest also. Could be correct, but also honest would be better.
So in case you get this question, Should we go for none of these or C? Because there exists a better option.
But the best option available would be C. It's
But
not
best option
absolute.
available is none of these.
We can go with none of these. But if you want to go with an option, C would be better.
No, like
Now,
here,
between none of these and C, I think I would choose C. Right? Because grammatically it is correct,
what would be the best?
but only also is coming in. Also could preferably be before honest. Right? But still, it's not absolutely. This one?
She's as happy.
A.
Yeah.
A.
Be as you. Yeah, the R need not be right. This last one. Hmm?
None of these.
Work hard lest you should fail. We won't use should. Because this is a hypothetical situation, both can come in. So we can go with none of these.
So what would be the right way to phrase it?
Work hard lest you fail.
Let's do it.
Lest you fail. Lest means may.
Okay.
Lest is already telling you that you may fail.
Let's means may.
Yeah.
Let's doesn't mean let's means or else. Work hard or else you may fail.
Yeah, or else.
How is all this?
Or else you will fail. So we work hard or else, or lest you fail is encompassing the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, lest means you may. Okay, so we've done the worksheet for today and everyone will just see. Okay, I'll make sure if the new, I can share the first worksheet in the new group. Yeah, so the first session worksheet you will complete and come tomorrow. Tomorrow we will move on to some other concepts. And after that, we will be doing, we will complete the sentence correction part before we move on to other things. Okay? So maybe 2 more sessions on grammar and grammar concepts and sentence correction concepts. Okay? So if you have any doubt, maybe even I can go along with some of the questions. So look at the answers, see if they are correct. If you have any doubt, come back to me and tell me, ma'am, you were wrong. Okay? Hmm?
In the worksheet is 10.
Yeah,
The 14th one.
okay. Because in today's session, anyone has any doubts? Or everything is clear? Finish stop sheet. Okay. He is one of the greatest here. This is a little complicated. Because I also was a little doubtful on this. Then I analyzed. Now he is one of the greatest player who has participated in one-day cricket. Yeah. So first thing is he is one of the greatest players.
But
Yeah.
one of, right?
Yeah. He is one of the greatest players who, now when you're talking about, it can be both ways actually. But I had a doubt. It can be both ways. So it could be when we're taking he as a subject. He is one of the greatest players who has participated. Can be. But when you're talking about all the players, then all the players that have participated. Have will be more accurate. So they will always give you these type of questions. If you're not sure, skip them.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll always have a few questions which have very ambiguous or doubtful answers. So just mark the question and you can also report the question in the exam. Yeah, you can do that. There's a system where After the exam, you can report the question. But I'm not very sure that you can report if you have attempted or even if you have not attempted. You have to find that out. Yeah. So you can report that this has an ambiguous answer. This can be the answer, this should not be the answer, or both of them can be the answer.
Okay, in that case, we have an advantage.
Yeah. So that just confirm. You can do that if you have attempted or even if you have not attempted.
Yeah, but we will advantage from it only if we have it. But I guess we can report anyway.
We can report it.
Yeah. I think so.
So if you report anyway, it will benefit all the students.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay then. Any confusion or any doubts in today's session? No? So you get back to your textbook, read through the whole chapter. Maybe you may have something extra in your textbook, or maybe something we did in classrooms is not there. Fine. As long as you know how to apply all the rules that we did. Okay? Fine? No doubts so far? So we'll meet tomorrow at 10. So everyone please try to be on time. Okay? So we can begin and finish what we want to do. Right? Okay then. Thank you. You have
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
We can end the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So today you will get the seats for both the topics. Okay. Last time we have profit and loss kiya tha. And today we are going to cover the topic average. Okay. Fine. So average का simple formula अगर मैं ले रहा हूँ 3 numbers का average अगर 2, 5 और 6 का simply क्या करना है आपको basically numbers को add करना है and divide by 3 कर देना है. So you will get the average of that number, arithmetic average. ठीक है फॉर्मूला कुछ नहीं है इसके अंदर. So if I say कि summation of first n natural numbers का formula is 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. So what is the formula? Sigma n, that is बताओ भाई n plus 1 by 2. Okay. Agree my camera is off. Okay, ठीक है हो गया. ठीक है. So this is the summation for n natural numbers. ठीक है. First n natural numbers का summation है. अगर मैं स्क्वायर की बात करूं 1 स्क्वायर प्लस 2 स्क्वायर प्लस 3 स्क्वायर और लास्ट में n नंबर्स हैं तो n स्क्वायर. So this is your sigma n square. So that will be equals to याद है किसी को क्या होता है?
Plus 1 to 1 plus.
Sorry, 2n plus 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 n plus 1 and 2n plus 1. ठीक है कभी कंफ्यूजन हो तो n की वैल्यू पुट करके देख लेना तो वेरीफाई हो जाएगा फॉर्मूला. और आई थिंक क्यूब का तो कल डिस्कस किया था हम लोगों ने. 1 क्यूब प्लस 2 क्यूब प्लस 3 क्यूब और ये जाके n क्यूब अगर आ रहा है समेशन सिग्मा n क्यूब दैट इज इक्वल्स टू इसी का स्क्वायर कर देंगे सिग्मा n का n प्लस 1 by 2 ठीक है. क्लियर? अगर नंबर बात करूं मैं मैंने लिया 1, 7 और 8 लिया। एवरेज बताएगा कोई इसका कितना होगा? ये ऊपर 5 और 7 करते हैं। चलो
4.3333
4.3333 ओके सो 4.3333 ये आएगा एवरेज। ठीक है, अगर मैं बात करूं मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, हर एक नंबर में 1 से इंक्रीमेंट करता हूं तो नंबर क्या हो जाएंगे 2, 6 और 8। अभी होता है एवरेज
10.66
पढ़े कितना है राहुल?
10.66 नहीं
5.3333.
5.33
ये हो जाएगा। ओके तो कुछ ऑब्जर्व कर पा रहे हो क्या?
एडिशन नंबर से हमारे नंबर क्या होता है?
हाँ तो अगर मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, अगर ईच नंबर को इंक्रीज कर रहा हूँ तो एवरेज भी क्या हो रहा है, उसी नंबर से क्या हो जा रहा है, इंक्रीज हो रहा है। ठीक है, क्लियर? अच्छा सेम चीज अगर मैं बात करूं मल्टीप्लिकेशन की, अगर मैं 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करता हूं तो नंबर्स विल बी 2, 10 और 14। अभी बताओ एवरेज मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो आप
8.66
8.66.
8.67। हाँ वही मतलब क्या हुआ, एवरेज भी क्या हो गया, मल्टीप्लाई हो गया। क्या हुआ आदित्य, समझ में आ रहा है?
हाँ सर वीडियो लैग हो रहा है आपका थोड़ा।
वो एक्चुअली आपके नेटवर्क का इश्यू होगा ना, घर से हो ना आज। एग्रीमा आपको भी लैग हो रहा है वीडियो?
नो सर मेरे में ठीक है
अब आपको पाई
सर, मेरा अच्छा चल रहा है।
सही है ना? आदित्य आपके घर में सिग्नल लो ही रहते हैं ना, लैग हो रहा है, वॉइस आ रही है ना मतलब?
हाँ सर
ठीक है ट्राई करो, अगर कुछ होता है तो, नहीं तो रीज्वाइन कर लेना। ठीक है, शायद इंप्रूव हो जाए। ओके अच्छा ये बोलो कि अगर मैं एवरेज निकालूं नंबर्स का तो हमारा लार्जेस्ट और स्मॉलेस्ट नंबर के बीच में ही होगा वो नंबर, है ना? ये तो एग्री कर रहे हो। तो अगर मुझे बात करूं मैं, अगर मेरे पास एक नंबर है 501 503 499 505 और 497। ओके तो 5 नंबर से इनका एवरेज निकालना है मुझे। ठीक है तो बताएगा कोई कितना आएगा एवरेज इनका?
501
501 और कोई बाकी लोग इसने बताओ पानी अग्रिम।
Yes, sir. 501.
ओके ओके राहुल कैसे किया आपने?
सो वो बीच का वैल्यू है इसीलिए 501 से 2 ऐड करोगे तो 503, तो लेस करोगे तो 499।
ये
चार
थोड़ा
ऐड
और
करोगे
डिफरेंस और डिफरेंस होता तो नहीं कर पाते।
हाँ तो ऐड करके डिवाइड।
तो एक्चुअली क्या करना है देखो, हमारे जो नंबर्स है ना वो क्लोज है ना, तो मुझे इतना पता है कि अगर मैं मिनिमम नंबर की बात करूं तो 497 ही, ठीक है, और मैक्सिमम नंबर कितना है मेरे पास 505। तो इनके बीच में क्या रहने वाले मेरे पास एवरेज रहने वाला है। तो मैं क्या करूँ अपने तरफ से कुछ भी एवरेज एज्यूम कर लूं, ठीक है, तो इनके बीच बीच में क्या करता हूँ 500 को मैं एज्यूम कर लेता हूँ कि 500 इसका क्या है एवरेज है ना। तो आप डेविएशन देखेंगे तो ये 500 से कितना +1 है ना, ये कितना है +3, ये -1 है, ये कितना है +5 है और ये -3। अब इनको ऐड कर देते हैं, बताओ कितना आएगा। ये 3 3 तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 1 1 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, ठीक है 5 आया। तो क्या प्लस का है तो +5 बाई नंबर कितने में 5, तो कितना आ जाएगा 500 +1 दैट इक्वल्स टू 501। ठीक है, तो मतलब कैलकुलेशंस हमें क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं।
सर
ठीक है।
स्मॉलेस्ट और लार्जेस्ट नंबर को ऐड करके डिवाइड करके भी आएगा।
नहीं नहीं हो ऐसे कैसे आ जाएगा, वो अभी आ रहा होगा इस केस में, लेकिन वैसे नहीं आ पाएगा।
इसमें भी नहीं आ रहा 998 है।
हाँ 9, हाँ ये नहीं आएगा ना, 5 + 7 आ रहा है।
499 आएगा।
हाँ। वो नहीं होगा ना पाई, वो तो दो उनका एवरेज होगा ना, बीच में कुछ भी चेंजेस करेंगे तो कभी आप खुद सोचो, अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि 1 2 5 और 7 की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो आप बोलोगे इन दोनों को क्या करो एवरेज कर लो, आंसर आना चाहिए। तो मैं मतलब इनका नंबर की कोई वैल्यू नहीं, मैं यहाँ पर 3 और 6 भी कर दूंगा तो भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा आपके आंसर में, है ना। तो वो तो उन दोनों का एवरेज है ना। ओके क्लियर है ना, तो डेविएशन से भी कर सकते हैं। कुछ क्वेश्चन हम लोग पहले अरुण शर्मा से करेंगे, फिर हम लोग लास्ट ईयर के जो इंदौर के क्वेश्चन है वो करेंगे, ठीक है। तो मे भी आपको लगे थोड़ा सा इजी क्वेश्चन से आंसर होना है सब कुछ। आगे तभी क्लियर है कि अभी भी लैग हो रहा है?
नहीं सर अभी क्लियर है।
पीपीटी हो रही है शेयर, दिख रहे क्वेश्चन दिख रहा है फर्स्ट अग्रिमा। ओके चलो ट्राई करो इसका। द एवरेज ऑफ द फर्स्ट 10 प्राइम नंबर्स व्हिच आर ऑड इज।
फिफ्टीन 15.8
12.9
15.8 12.9 और कोई?
सर 12.9 है मुझे भी।
12.9 ओके। आदित्य चेक करो, आंसर इज 15.8। राहुल्स आंसर इज करेक्ट।
वो नहीं लेना।
वो नहीं लेना आदित्य, ऑड पूछा है उसने, है ना।
तो
ओके अच्छा कोई बताएगा हाउ मेनी इवन प्राइम नंबर्स वी हैव?
1
1 ओनली ना, 2 होगा केवल, है ना। 2 के अलावा क्या होगा तो वो प्राइम नंबर होगा ही नहीं, उसके फैक्टर्स आ जाएंगे फिर।
ये बस मैनुअली करना था।
हाँ हाँ और शॉर्टकट नहीं है इसमें, वैसे भी नंबर्स छोटे हैं ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
कॉम्बिनेशन हो जाता है।
हाँ स्नेहा हो गया, पाही अग्रिमा डन। चलो नेक्स्ट करते हैं। Next, the average monthly expenditure of a family was 2250 for the first 3 months, rupees 2150 for the next 3 months, and 5750 for the next 3 months. So find the average income of the family for the 9th month if they save 500 rupees per month.
Is it B 3883.33?
हाँ
करेक्ट।
388
Yes, B.
आदित्य हो गया?
हाँ सर।
क्या होगा आदित्य, बहुत लो, आज तबीयत ठीक नहीं है क्या?
नहीं सर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं।
लग रहा है ऐसे आप। चलो ठीक है। नेक्स्ट ये क्वेश्चन हम लोगों ने क्लास पे किया और ये उसमें भी है, अपनी बुक में भी है ना, याद है? सबने गलत किया था।
सर 48।
48 ओके। और कोई?
हाँ, possible. तो फॉर्मूलाज नहीं पता है, थर्ड चैप्टर है भाई, क्या ही करता है।
नेहा आ गया? नहीं, करो, ट्राई करो। पाही, अग्रिमा, हो गया?
हाँ सर 48
वो आप टाइम के डिस्टेंस बताने वाले हो, बट तीन फॉर्मूलाज, दो तीन फॉर्मूलाज रहते हैं ना, एवरेज स्पीड का, जब डिस्टेंस सेम रहता है, टाइम सेम
कर
रहता
देते हैं
है। अभी
जरूरत नहीं फॉर्मूले की। यस,
नहीं फॉर्मूला नहीं है सर,
कर।
केसेस ना।
हाँ कर रहे हैं, इसलिए वो क्वेश्चन आ रहा है। अग्रिमा डूइंग, स्नेहा कैमरा ऑफ हो गया, पाही
सर कल वो क्या बोलते थे, फॉर्म्स कर रही थी ना, तो 14 को मैं क्राइस्ट का वो इंटरेस्टेड।
एग्जाम है 14 मई।
नहीं अभी
अभी
मई में था टाइम स्लॉट, बट अभी तो बहुत पॉइंट और भी है,
तो ये अभी देने वाले।
दे दूंगी मैं, हो जाएगा, लेकिन डाल दूंगी।
So I didn't get the logic how 48 is coming. Could you explain?
ओके ठीक है। क्या है आपका आंसर? 50 आया?
हाँ सर, मतलब लॉजिक से 50 लग रहा है.
ठीक है, चलो अभी लॉजिक डिस्कस करते हैं।
And
Okay.
like I tried that method in which time को 6 से divide करके then multiply by 4, but then उसमें भी मुझे नहीं आ रहा है.
ओके ठीक है, राहुल बताओगे? जैसे ये बोले अग्रिमा कि वी कैन डायरेक्टली टेक द एवरेज, क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं एवरेज, बताओगे? अगर देखा जाए तो
So-
एवरेज चाहिए ना, तो वी कैन डायरेक्टली 60 प्लस 40 बाई 2 करके 50 आ जाना चाहिए ना आंसर, क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे हैं?
क्योंकि सर स्पीड है ना वो 40 किलोमीटर का, डिस्टेंस नहीं है।
तो
हमें डिस्टेंस का चाहिए होगा ना, डिस्टेंस से निकालेंगे एवरेज स्पीड।
तो अग्रिमा क्या है यहाँ पे देखो, एक्चुअली ये जो डिस्टेंस है दैट इज डिपेंड ऑन द टू वेरिएबल्स, एस पे भी डिपेंड कर रहा है और टी पे भी, और इनमें क्या देखा जाए तो ये एसओटी इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल आ रहे हैं आपस में एक दूसरे के, ठीक है। तो दो वेरिएबल्स पे डिपेंडेंसी है उसकी, इसलिए हम लोग डायरेक्टली एवरेज नहीं कर पाए। एवरेज हम लोग कब करेंगे, जब एक वेरिएबल दूसरा वेरिएबल और कोई वेरिएबल पे डिपेंडेंसी नहीं है, देन वी कैन डायरेक्टली टेक द एवरेज। यहाँ पे एवरेज नहीं ले पाएंगे क्योंकि स्पीड और डिस्टेंस टाइम दोनों चेंज होगा। ओके क्लियर, डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट रहेगी। तो इसके लिए हमारे क्या करना पड़ेगा, हमें बेसिक पे जाना पड़ेगा। तो स्पीड विल बी, एवरेज स्पीड विल बी इक्वल्स टू टोटल डिस्टेंस अपॉन टोटल टाइम, ये लगाना पड़ेगा मुझे। ठीक है, तो अगर मैं बात करूं, एक स्पीड मेरे पास s1 है, दूसरी स्पीड s2 है, टाइम यहाँ पे t1 है और टाइम यहाँ पे t2 आ रहा है। तो डिस्टेंस तो क्या हो रहा है, दोनों क्या रहेगी, सेम ही रहेगी क्योंकि वही सेम ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं। तो डिस्टेंस अगर d कर रहा हूं तो टोटल डिस्टेंस क्या होगा, आने जाने का d प्लस d 2d हो जाएगा। ओके, डिवाइड बाई अगर मैं टाइम बात करूंगा तो टाइम, टोटल टाइम इज t1 प्लस t2 आएगा। तो t1 मींस टाइम विल बी इक्वल्स टू डिस्टेंस अपॉन स्पीड। ओके, तो जाने के लिए क्या हो जाएगा, डिस्टेंस इज d अपॉन स्पीड इज s1, क्लियर, प्लस सेकंड के लिए टाइम क्या हो जाएगा, डिस्टेंस तो d है लेकिन स्पीड क्या है, s2 है। तो आप जब d कॉमन लोगे तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, नीचे एलसीएम ले लूंगा मैं, तो 2 अपॉन क्या आएगा, s2 प्लस s1 अपॉन s1 इंटू s2। तो डायरेक्टली आप फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं 2 टाइम्स ऑफ s1 s2 अपॉन s1 प्लस s2। ठीक है, अगर नहीं करना है तो डायरेक्टली भी आप करोगे, ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करके तो भी हो जाएगा। ठीक है, तो यहां से एवरेज निकलेगा। ओके, ठीक है, तो इसके बाकी केसेस भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। So this formula is applicable when distance is constant. Okay, लिख लेना यहाँ पर, when distance is constant, so we can get the average speed is equals to 2 times of s1 s2 upon s1 plus s2. Okay, ठीक है स्नेहा अभी। Okay, so इस पे जब वैल्यू पुट करोगे you will get the answer as 48. Okay. सेकेंड केस करते हैं हम लोग, जब टाइम कांस्टेंट है। ओके, तो ये बेसिक फॉर्मूला तो सेम ही रहेगा, है ना। तो टाइम कांस्टेंट अगर मैं बात करूं तो d1 डिस्टेंस है, d2 डिस्टेंस s1 और s2। ठीक है, टाइम यहाँ पे भी t लगा है, यहाँ पे भी t लगा है। तो एवरेज स्पीड क्या हो जाएगी, टोटल डिस्टेंस दैट मींस d1 प्लस d2 अपॉन टोटल टाइम इज 2t। ठीक है, तो d1 की वैल्यू क्या होगी, डिस्टेंस इक्वल्स टू स्पीड इनटू टाइम। ठीक है, तो क्या हो जाएगा, स्पीड इज s1 ओके इनटू t प्लस s2 इनटू t अपॉन 2t। तो यहाँ से t कॉमन लेके कैंसिल कर दूंगा, तो यहाँ स्पीड क्या होगी, एवरेज s1 प्लस s2 बाई 2। ठीक है, तो अग्रिमा देखो, इस केस में हम लोग डायरेक्टली एवरेज ले सकते हैं व्हेन क्या है हमारे पास, टाइम इज कांस्टेंट। ओके,
ओके सर, यस सर।
अच्छा, थर्ड केस करने की जरूरत है क्या, अगर स्पीड सेम है तो क्या होगा,
नहीं रहेगा,
सेम ही रहेगा ना।
अगर स्पीड सेम है बट टाइम डिफर कर रहा है तो मींस एवरेज स्पीड में रहेगा।
मींस डिस्टेंस अलग है और टाइम भी अलग है,
हाँ,
ये कर लेंगे, क्योंकि एवरेज स्पीड तो सेम ही आने वाली है ना, कितना भी जाओ, 2 किलोमीटर जाओ, 4 किलोमीटर जाओ, स्पीड तो सेम ही रहेगी ना,
हाँ,
है ना,
नहीं मत करो,
है ना, तो वो तो सेम ही रहेगी। इनडायरेक्टली आप चेंज कर ही नहीं रहे, स्पीड एक ही स्पीड से जा रहा है। क्लियर, ओके, तो थर्ड केस में हमारा सेम हो जाएगा। चलो अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं। करो। ने था मॉर्निंग
So, in the third round, now this is there. Photo one.
राहुल प्रेजेंट थे आप इंग्लिश में मॉर्निंग में?
हाँ सर.
सर ऑप्शन 1 है क्या? ऑप्शन ए.
हाँ,
Correct.
increases by 1.
करेक्ट. अग्रिमा मॉर्निंग में थे आप क्लास में लेक्चर में?
Yes, sir.
स्नेहा आप?
Yes, sir.
पाही?
Yes, sir.
ये है राहुल से ए, आदित्य सिंह ए, आपका? नंबर से एज्यूम कर लो ना 1 2 3 4 है ना? तो 11 का सम कितना एवरेज n, तो 11 का सम कितना हो जाएगा? सिग्मा n बताया था n n + 1 by 2, तो 11 into 12 by 2 हो जाएगा, तो 66 हो जाएगा. ठीक है, अभी क्या कर रहे हैं वो लोग? दो नंबर और इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, एक मिनट, ये समेशन आया तो इसका एवरेज कितना होगा? डिवाइड बाय 11 आ जाएगा, तो 6 आ जाएगा. ठीक है, अब नेक्स्ट क्या है आपका? दो और इंक्लूड करो तो 13 हो जाएंगे, तो 13 into 14 डिवाइड बाय 2 सम हो गया. ठीक है, और इसमें क्या करूंगा मैं? डिवाइड बाय क्या कर दूंगा? 13 करेंगे ना, तो कितना आ जाएगा? 7 आ जाएगा. बस, तो पहले 6 था, अभी 7 हो गया, इंक्रीज्ड बाय 1. ओके, क्लियर बाय? ओके.
अगर बड़ा है नंबर लाइक 25 दिया तो हम कैसे करेंगे?
तो ऐसे कर सकते हैं ना, कोई नंबर अगर स्टार्ट हो तो ए ले लो, फिर दूसरा a+1 आ जाएगा, फिर a+2 आ जाएगा, तो ये वाली चीज ऐड कर दो बस, बाकी तो ये सेम ही रहेगा ना. जैसे 10 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो 10 आया, दूसरा क्या होगा? 10 + 1 आएगा, तो हम 10 को कांस्टेंट रखेंगे, बाकी सब ऐड कर देंगे. नहीं समझे? देखो, अगर 5 नंबर ही कर रहे हैं तो फर्स्ट नंबर क्या होगा? ए, फिर a+1, a+2, a+3, a+4 आएगा ना, तो बस ये तो क्या होंगे? 5 टाइम्स ऑफ ए और प्लस इनको ऐड कर देंगे बस, और डिवाइड कर देंगे, तो एवरेज मिल जाएगा ना.
आपको
ठीक है, कितना हो? 1 + 2 3 6 6 + 4 is कितना हो? 10 डिवाइड बाय 5, a+2 ही आ गया ना इसका एवरेज, है ना. अब सेम दो और ऐड कर देंगे इसमें, नेक्स्ट क्या हो जाएगा? a+5 + a+6. क्लियर? तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. In a family of 5 males,
सर ऑप्शन डी है.
करेक्ट है आदित्य. 15.
Yes, sir, even I got D.
वेरी गुड. बाकी लोग भाई, स्नेहा?
Okay, so one नहीं आ रहा सर।
नहीं आ रहा? ओके, एक मिनट। पाही,
आए।
आ गया? स्नेहा, नहीं आ रहा आपसे? ट्राई किया? राहुल, एक्सप्लेन करोगे स्नेहा को?
हाँ सर। और तो सर फर्स्ट
हाँ,
in a farm, जो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन दे रखी है, in a family of 5 males and few ladies, the average monthly consumption of grain per head is 9. तो मेल्स को m ले लो और लेडीज को f लिया, तो m plus f upon 5 plus y that is equal to 9. एक इक्वेशन बनी। तो m plus f is equal to 45 plus 9y, और उसमें दे रखा है कि मंथली कंजम्पशन पर हेड ऑफ मेल्स इज 12 kg, तो मतलब m upon 5 is equal to 12 है, तो m की वैल्यू आ गई 60, तो 60 आ गई। एंड दूसरे में लेडीज का लिखा है, तो f upon 8, f upon y is equal to 8, तो f is equal to 8y, तो इनको सब्स्टिट्यूट करके 60 minus 45 is equal to y, तो y is 15.
क्लियर? चलो ये ट्राई करो।
So 5 है क्या?
5 और कोई करेक्ट है? 5।
छोटा सा वो है। माइनस 26 करेंगे।
आगे आदित्य, क्या सम निकाल लिया करो। करेक्ट। एवरेज 6 ईयर्स से बढ़ा रहे, मतलब ईच के में 6 बढ़ गया होगा, पता है ना? अभी ईच नंबर इंक्रीज कर, हाँ 30 इंक्रीज हो गया। हाँ,
बट एक छोटा सा इक्वेशन बनता है इसका, हम क्लास में
हाँ मैंने कराया था।
हाँ क्लास में करवाया था।
क्वेश्चन की जरूरत नहीं है ना,
एक छोटा सा रिलेशन ऐसे आता है, इधर आओ, ऐसे आता है कुछ तो।
Some members into age increase is equal to difference of replacement होता।
members into
age increased age is equal to the difference of replacement. That is the formula.
इसकी जरूरत नहीं members है ना age star into राहुल बोलो फॉर्मूला बोलो
Number of members into the age increased is
Yes.
equal to the difference of replacement.
वो उसी से आ रहा है एक्चुअली टोटल करोगे तो वैसे ही आएगा हाँ। नहीं जरूरत भी नहीं है ना इतना फॉर्मूले कर लो हो गया पाई अग्रिमा डन स्नेहा हो गया पाई
Yes, sir.
चल नेक्स्ट
आपको बताती हूँ आप ही ने सिखाया था आप कैसे बोल सकते हो
Sir, 84.705.
करेक्ट
84.7.
किसने बोला पाही ने किसने यार
मैंने.
हो गया हो गया
हाँ हो गया फॉर्मूला
डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला में पुट करना है ना टोटल डिस्टेंस अपॉन टोटल टाइम करना अग्रिमा
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट करें
ऑप्शन ए है क्या
क्या कह रहे हो अरे
ऑप्शन ए है
ए 16 years करेक्ट तो 150 हो जाएगा उससे हम लोग माइनस कर देंगे कितना 6 ठीक है और डिवाइड बाई 9 कर देंगे माइनस क्या करना 6 तो 144 राइट 16 ओके ठीक लास्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं फिर पीवाई को स्टार्ट करें ये लो। $25. स्नेहा कैमरा ऑन करो। डायरेक्ट आ जाता है, कराएंगे अभी, देखते हैं कुछ।
25 है।
हाँ करेक्ट है।
फिर ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे?
नहीं पूछ सकते, रोहतक पूछ सकता है, इंदौर तो नहीं पूछेगा। रोहतक इंदौर के करेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा ना। इंदौर वो मैक्सिमम मिनिमम के पीछे पड़ा है एवरेज में। करेंगे क्वेश्चन, अच्छे क्वेश्चन, सिमिलर ही क्वेश्चन पूछता है। रोहतक में आ सकते हैं सर। एक मिनट मारा, आगे हम हो गए सर। आगे पाही आंसर। हम लोग ब्रेक लेते हैं, एक्चुअली मेरी फाइल में अपलोड नहीं हुआ ड्राइव में क्वेश्चंस। ठीक है तो मैं 5 मिनट लेता हूँ, ऐड करके कर दूंगा। ठीक है ब्रेक ले लेते फिर कंटिन्यू कर। देख रहे राहुल, विजुअल है क्वेश्चन? पाही, अग्रिमा
Yes.
ना, थोड़ा
Yes.
ब्लर होगा। एक मिनट रुकना, एक मिनट रुकना, ये क्वेश्चन करना। पहले हम लोग IIM इंदौर वाला क्वेश्चन करें। हाँ, ये करें। तो थोड़ा टाइम लो, लेकिन करो, ट्राई करो। ये इंदौर का क्वेश्चन है, 21 का है।
सर 6 है क्या? Is the answer 6?
6, ओके। क्या होगा ना आपने, आई थिंक पहले
आसान तो है, मतलब एवरेज से आसान है। ठीक है।
चलो बाकी लोग ट्राई करो जो फर्स्ट टाइम करो। आई थिंक आपने भी किया होगा, फर्स्ट टाइम किया। पाही, कैमरा ऑन करो। पाही,
Sir, 6 answer.
6, वेरी गुड। चलो अग्रिमा और पाही, आप लोग ट्राई करो। नेक्स्ट हो जाता है। कहाँ पे सेंटर?
घर पे ही है, इससे नहीं बोल रहा।
अच्छा, अग्रिमा क्वेश्चन समझ में आया?
This is a question I understood. I'm trying to solve.
करो करो, थोड़ा ले लो टाइम। क्या फाइंड करना, द मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल इंक्रीज इन marks for either of the two student। आ गया पाही? पाही,
So I didn't. So I didn't understand. Could you explain it?
हाँ हाँ ठीक है। पाही, आपका है कैसे क्या? पाही बताओ। चलो भाई, आएगा तभी हाँ बोलना है, ठीक है?
सर 30 स्टूडेंट्स ने पाई कोर्स लिए थे और 200 मार्क्स थे पर कोर्स, तो वो हो जाएगा 30 into 5 into 200। फिर परसेंटेज चेंज 80.2 minus 80, तो वो 0.02 हो जाएगा। तो फिर उसको मल्टीप्लाई करके
अग्रिमा देखो, आप 200 मार्क्स का है ना, और 30 स्टूडेंट्स है, तो 5 कोर्सेस ले रहे हैं ना। ईच ऑफ देम हैज रजिस्टर्ड फॉर 5 कोर्सेस, ओके। तो अगर 5 कोर्सेज कर रहे हैं तो टोटल मार्क्स अगर मैं बात करूं कितने हो जाएंगे, बता सकते हो? ईच कितना है, 200 मार्क्स का है और 5 कोर्सेज ले रहे हैं तो टोटल मार्क्स कितने हो जाएंगे? कितने हो जाएंगे? 1000 ना, केवल एक स्टूडेंट के लिए अगर मैं बात करूं तो ईच स्टूडेंट के लिए, ठीक है। अभी क्या बोल रहे हो? द एवरेज परसेंटेज मार्क्स ऑफ ऑल 30 स्टूडेंट्स अक्रॉस ऑल कोर्सेज दे हैव रजिस्टर्ड फॉर इज 80%, ठीक है। तो एवरेज मार्क्स कितना हो जाएगा? 800 हो जाएगा, है ना? क्लियर? नेक्स्ट क्या कह रहा है? अगर न्यू टू ऑफ देम अप्लाई फॉर रिवैल्यूएशन ऑफ द इन ए कोर्स इफ नन ऑफ देम मार्क्स रिड्यूस, मतलब किसी के मार्क्स रिड्यूस नहीं हो रहा, क्योंकि 3 ही ऑप्शन है, इधर रिड्यूस होगा या एज इट इज रहेगा या मार्क्स क्या हो जाएंगे, इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। तो उसकी वो केस हट ही गया जब हमारा क्या रहा है, मार्क्स रिड्यूस हो रहे हैं, नेगेटिव वाला केस हट गया। तो द एवरेज ऑफ ऑल 30 स्टूडेंट्स अक्रॉस ऑल कोर्सेज बिकम 80.02%। 80.02% है तो मतलब न्यू एवरेज मार्क्स कितना हो जाएगा? 800.2 हो जाएगा। क्लियर? तो जो चेंज आया कितने का आया एवरेज में? 0.2 का ही आया ना, ठीक है। तो हमें क्या चाहिए? मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल इंक्रीज इन मार्क्स फॉर आइदर ऑफ द 2 स्टूडेंट, ठीक है। तो नेट चेंज अगर मैं बात करूं तो नेट चेंज क्या हो जाएगा? ये जो 0.2 आ रहा है, सो दैट विल बी इक्वल्स टू क्या होगा? अगर मैं बात करूं एक का अगर x हुआ मार्क्स में चेंज और दूसरे के y में हुआ, क्या हो जाएगा? x प्लस y बाई 30 हो जाएगा। नहीं समझा?
सर ये वाला वापस।
अच्छा, अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ चेंज इन एवरेज, एवरेज में चेंज होगा वो किसकी वजह से हुआ होगा, आप बताओ?
So out of these 2 students.
हाँ, तो x प्लस y की वजह से ही हुआ होगा ना।
Yeah, sir, but it says कि maximum possible increase, तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि एक
अब वो मैं बता रहा हूँ, अभी ये समझ में आया ना। तो यहाँ से x प्लस वाई की जो वैल्यू आ रही है वो कितना आएगी? 6 आ जाएगी, ठीक है। तो अभी देखो एक क्या करना है, मुझे मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल इंक्रीज चाहिए, तो दूसरे को 0 होना पड़ेगा, तभी मैक्सिमम डिफरेंस आएगा ना। तो इसलिए क्या होगा, y 0 कर x की वैल्यू 6 आ जाएगी।
अच्छा हाँ, so you can just like directly take x ही खाली एंड कर सकते हो क्योंकि इस केस के लिए।
हाँ, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम चाहिए तो एक को 0 ही करेगा, वही केस आएगा। 0 नेगेटिव तो जाएंगे नहीं, क्योंकि उसने बोल ही दिया कि रिड्यूस हो ही नहीं रहे मार्क्स।
यस सर।
ठीक है,
यस सर।
चलो नेक्स्ट करें। चलो एक इंदौर का 19 का क्वेश्चन करेंगे। ये वाला स्क्रीन चेंज हुई क्या आदित्य? क्वेश्चन चेंज हुआ?
Yes, sir.
The average marks of 6 students in a test is 64. I think ये क्लास में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था पहले। इसका ऑप्शंस लिख दे रहा हूं मैं। 50 है ए ऑप्शन, B is 54, C is 57 and D is 58. Okay, 50, 54, 57 and 58. एवरेज गिवन है मुझे 6 स्टूडेंट का, तो एवरेज इक्वल्स टू सम अपॉन नंबर आ जाएगा n. ओके, सो एवरेज गिवन है 64, सम अपॉन n is 6, तो सम जो आ जाएगा वो कितना आ जाएगा 384. Okay, so out of that,
So 54 है क्या आंसर?
correct है राउंड 54. तो सम मिल गया मुझे 384. 384 will be equals to एक नंबर गिवन है 70, और बाकी नहीं पता मुझे 5 का, तो मैं इनको a प्लस b प्लस c प्लस d प्लस s ऐसे a प्लस b प्लस
मजबूर करेंगे क्या कि 100 मार्क्स का टेस्ट है?
करने की जरूरत है। इसमें मैं ये अज्यूम कर रहा हूँ कि is order b equals to, I want the maximum possible difference between second highest is d minus second lowest is d. इसको मुझे क्या करना है, मैक्सिमम चाहिए.
So, but you takes you have considered second highest and second lowest from वो पांच नंबर ही 70 भी तो हो सकता है ना second highest या second lowest.
नहीं, पढ़ो ना बेटा क्वेश्चन. All the student got different marks. One of the student obtained 70 marks and all other student scored 40 or above.
Yes sir. So अगर किसी को एक बच्चे को 71 आया है तो सेम तो नहीं है, बट हो सकता है कि 70 फिर सेकंड हाईएस्ट बन जाए, तो हमने वो कंसिडर क्यों नहीं किया?
ठीक है, आपको कंसीडर करो कि सो बताओ का 70 आप कहाँ पे कंसीडर करना चाह रहे हैं, लोएस्ट कि हाईएस्ट आप?
Sir, I don't know. Like, I just think that can be a possibility. अभी वो
ठीक
कैसे
है,
करेंगे?
करो आप, फिर मैं डिस्कस, है ना, थोड़ा टाइम लो, करो, सोचो, फिर करेंगे discuss. आदित्य आया आपका? आदित्य हो गया? कितना आया? 54.
I have ये क्वेश्चन सब किया है मैंने तो.
याद ही हो गया आंसर की.
हाँ.
ठीक है, पाही नहीं हो रहा है, हाँ? नहीं आ रहा है. करो, ट्राई करो थोड़ा सा, टाइम दे दो, फिर करो.
Lowest.
So मैंने जिसे सॉल्व किया था, I mean I know it's the wrong method, but मैंने जो किया था उससे मुझे ये पता चल रहा है कि 57 58 नहीं हो सकता है, जस्ट कि 50 और 54 में चूज कैसे करना है वो आई डिडंट गेट। क्योंकि मैंने लिया कि सब में 40 प्लस है तो 40 प्लस सम वैल्यू होगा, तो 5 into 40 तो दैट बिकेम 200 एंड 70 तो है तो 270, 384 minus 270 I got 114, 114 का हाफ कर दिया 57 आ गया, तो I thought कि that could be, no that doesn't make sense.
ये सही कर रहे हो बेटा, आप भी सही कर रहे हो। लेकिन कुछ तो हिंट मिल ही जाएगी ना उससे। चलो 2 मिनट और करो ट्राई, फिर डिस्कस। आदित्य मेथड पता है ना आपको, कैसे किया था आपने?
सॉल्व किया, मैं नहीं कह रहा कि सॉल्व नहीं किया, बट मुझे मतलब आई नो हाउ टू, प्रैक्टिस हो गया ये।
ओके
सर नहीं आ रहा है, आप बता दो।
ठीक है, चल राहुल से बोलते। राहुल कैसे किया बताओ?
और सर हमें ये पता है कि एक को 70 आए हैं और उसमें पूछा है मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल डिफरेंस, तो लोएस्ट हमें पता है कि 40 ले लो, तो ए को 40 लिया, तो मैक्सिमम चाहिए तो बी को 41,
ठीक है,
सी को 42 और मैंने डी को 70 लिया क्योंकि सेकंड हाईएस्ट चाहिए ना।
इनको आपने 70 ले लिया, ठीक है, और
प्लस ई और एफ भी आएगा, 6 बच्चे हैं ना, तो प्लस ई और एफ इज इक्वल, इन सबका समेशन इज इक्वल टू 384 प्लस ई एंड एफ।
इसको ईएफ आपने 71 ले लिया, और
हाँ नहीं 71 नहीं ले सकते ना, सेकंड हाईएस्ट तो ढूंढना है,
हाँ
तो मैंने ई को ई लिया
तो ई को ई ले लिया
और एफ को भी एफ ही लिया,
एफ ले लिया।
हाँ दैट इज इक्वल टू, इन सबका समेशन इज इक्वल टू 384।
ई मिल जाएगा तो ई तो ऑलरेडी पता है, सो दिस इज इक्वल्स टू 380 हो रहा है, ठीक है।
तो ई प्लस एफ की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 191,
ई प्लस एफ की वैल्यू आ गई मेरे पास 191 आ जाएगा,
तो अब इनको कॉमन सेंस लगा के 95 और 96 ही आएगा।
ठीक है। देखो ये देखो अग्रिमा, ये दोनों क्या है, बिगर नंबर है ना, ये सबसे तो बड़े ही है ना, तो देखो अगर मुझे डिफरेंस को मैक्सिमम करना है, ओके इन दोनों के, सॉरी इसको और इसको, तो ई क्या होना चाहिए, एफ से छोटा होना चाहिए, है ना। तो गैप अगर मुझे ज्यादा करना है मैक्सिमम, तो इनका क्या होना चाहिए, इन दोनों का एवरेज को हम लोग क्या ले लें, इसका एवरेज ले लें, है ना। तो एवरेज लेंगे, डिवाइड बाई 2 कर देंगे, कितना आएगा
95.5,
है ना। तो एक नंबर 95 हो जाएगा और दूसरा मैं 96 कर दे रहा हूं, क्योंकि एनीहाउ एफ इससे बड़ा ही होगा ना, तो बड़ा होगा तो लिमिटिंग कंडीशन क्या होगी कि दोनों पहले इक्वल कर देते हम लोग और उससे उसको बड़ा कर देंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर इसके बीच में गैप आना चालू हो, मतलब ये अगर मैं और छोटा करने जाऊंगा, इसको ज्यादा बड़ा करने जाऊंगा, तो मुझे मैक्सिमम वैल्यू मिलेगी क्या? नहीं मिलेगी ना। देखो मेरा ई प्लस एफ की वैल्यू जो है ना, समझ रहे हैं साफे का, ई प्लस एफ की वैल्यू जो है वो 91 है, 191। ठीक है, तो इनको मुझे क्या करना है, ई को मुझे मैक्सिमम करना है, लेकिन मैक्सिमम करते हुए एफ इससे ज्यादा ही होगा ना। तो कब होगा? मैं इसको हाफ हाफ कर देता हूँ और फिर देख लेता हूँ। तो हाफ किया तो मेरे पास क्या आया, इधर 95 आ सकता है या 96 आऊंगा, है ना। अब मैं बोलूँ इसको छोटा करके इसको बड़ा करने की कोई मतलब नहीं है कि क्वेश्चन में बोला मैक्सिमम, तो मैक्सिमम मतलब ये मिनिमम वैल्यू रहेगी, लेकिन एनी हाउ ई की जो वैल्यू रहेगी वो इससे कम ही रहेगी। तो वो क्या होगा, मिड वैल्यू ही आएगी ना। नहीं, अगर मैं बोलूं कि एक नंबर लाइन में नंबर्स सेलेक्ट करने,
तो F को आसानी से E+1 ले सकते हैं ना, तो easy understand।
वही कर रहे हैं, हाँ वही कर रहे हैं।
That's easier।
हाँ ठीक है, वैसे ही कर लो कि एक नेक्स्ट नंबर ही ले लो। अगर मैं ऐसा समझ लो, जैसे साथियों क्या कह रही कि ई प्लस एफ को मुझे 191 चाहिए, है ना, तो इसको क्या करता हूँ, ये अगर मेरे पास ई प्लस एफ है तो ये इसका नेक्स्ट नंबर ले लेते हैं हम लोग। मतलब ये एफ को लिख सकता हूँ मैं ई प्लस 1। ठीक है, जैसे यहाँ पे 40, 41, 42 किया ना, तो इसको मैं रिप्लेस कर दूंगा ई प्लस 1 से इक्वल्स टू 190। तो ई की वैल्यू कितना आ जाएगा मेरे पास, 95 हो जाएगी। ठीक है, आए समझ में?
सर एक क्वेश्चन, सर ऐसे मतलब इस सेंस का कोई लॉजिक है क्या, मतलब अगर मैंने जो बोला कि 100 मतलब 6 वैल्यूज है, तो आपने एक 70 ली और बाकी 5 40 दी, तो 40 into 5 200, तो 200 plus 70 करके you get 270 and 384 से
डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। आप बोल रहे हो कि सर एक 40 आएगी और बाकी जो आएंगे 40 प्लस समथिंग आने वाले हैं।
हाँ 40 प्लस समथिंग है, तो हम अज्यूम कर सकते हैं कि 270 plus x is equals to 384।
आप तो सब ये ऐड करेंगे तो 40 ऐड होने वाले हैं 6 टाइम। ठीक है, तो 240 आ जाएगा, है ना।
हाँ
बट डिफरेंट मार्क्स चाहिए ना, सेम मार्क्स नहीं ले सकते।
नहीं नहीं, आई एम सेइंग दैट
तो भी 200 आएगा, 240 नहीं, क्योंकि 70 तो एक है ही ना।
all students got different marks, same
हाँ
marks
तो
नहीं,
सर
बट
40।
उसमें मिनिमम 40 लिखा है ना, इसलिए इसने 40 लिया ताकि 200 हो जाए। तो
एक मिनट आदित्य, वो क्या कह रहे हैं कि 40 आया ना, सबको मिनिमम 40 तो रहेगा ना, 40 प्लस समथिंग रहेगा ना, तो
मतलब
प्लस उसको नहीं पता है क्या है, लेकिन उसके अंदर 40 तो रहने ही वाला है, मतलब ये कह रही है वो।
हाँ तो मतलब 6 बच्चे हैं जिसमें से एक का पता है कि 70 है, वी इग्नोर दैट। 5 का 40 लेते तो 200 आता है प्लस वट एवर वैल्यू इफ यू करेक्ट ऑल जिसका भी, तो दैट बिकम्स 270 टोटल में, तो यू माइनस दैट।
लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको फिर एबीसीडी कुछ ना कुछ कंसीडर तो करना ही पड़ेगा।
तो सपोज x डाल दो,
लेकिन वो बात आप वही करने जा रहे हो ना। ठीक है, तो चलो 200 की आपने प्लस एबीसीडी।
सर एक्चुअली मैंने जो किया था बेसिकली 384 माइनस 270 किया, आई गॉट 114 का हाफ किया 57 आया। उसके बाद अज्यूम किया कि जैसे राहुल ने बोला, तो मैंने उसमें थोड़ा चेंज करके अज्यूम किया कि 41 आपकी सेकंड लोएस्ट वैल्यू है। हाँ, और मैंने अज्यूम किया कि 70 आपकी सेकंड हाईएस्ट है, तो 70 और 41 का जो प्लस करके डिवाइड बाय 2 करोगे 111 आएगा।
70 को सेकंड हाईएस्ट कैसे कर सकता हूँ?
मतलब मान लो कि एक को 69 आया, एक को 70 आया, एक को सपोज 71 आया, तो उस हिसाब से मान ले अगर, तो फिर आपको 111
तो आप एक केस कंसीडर कर रहे हो अपने हिसाब से।
हाँ तो मतलब बेसिकली तो आप अगर वो करोगे तो 55.5 आएगा, तो 57 माइनस 55.5 इज 2.5, उसको और माइनस कर लो 55.5 से, तो यू गेट 54। इज दिस वैलिड? और
somehow वैलिड रहेगा, लेकिन एग्जैक्ट आप उसमें नहीं मिल पाएगा आपका आंसर, क्योंकि आप कुछ केसेस को फिर उसमें कंसीडर ही नहीं कर रहे हो, है ना। तो आप उससे एक्चुअली जो आपने प्रोसेस से गए हो ना, वही प्रोसेस से हम लोगों ने भी किया, राहुल ने भी वैसे ही किया है ना। तो आपको 40 का कोई बेनिफिट मिल ही नहीं रहा, तो बेटर है हम लोग नंबर ही को कंसीडर करके चले ना, उसका आप कोई बेनिफिट ले नहीं पा रहे उस चीज का। हाँ, ये कि जो आपका सम हो रहा था उसको रिड्यूस कर दिया था आपने, है ना, करेक्ट है। लेकिन लास्ट में जो आप कंसीडर कर रहे हो ना सेकंड हाईएस्ट 70 को, वो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम कर, ठीक है। ओके, आप ट्राई करना है, अगर नहीं आएगा फिर हम लोग डिस्कस कर लेंगे एक बार, ठीक है। आप खुद से थोड़ा सा टाइम देके करना कुछ, है ना, बाउंड नहीं करना है कि मुझे 1 मिनट में 2 मिनट में करना, थोड़ा सा सोच, ठीक है। ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट करो। ये
So 144.
44, करेक्ट।
सर ये जो क्वेश्चन दिया आपने इससे पिछला वाला, वो एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन था या वो क्वांट वाला था जिसमें वो नहीं मिलते?
नहीं, वो एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन, एमसीक्यू टाइप ऑप्शन लिख दिया था ना मैंने, इसलिए वो क्रॉप में कट हो गए थे। वो शॉर्ट आंसर नहीं था एमसीक्यू।
नहीं मैं
तो मैं लार्जेस्ट इंटीजर चाहिए, ठीक है, ये डी एज्यूम कर लेता हूँ, लार्जेस्ट चाहिए, स्मॉलेस्ट इज 100। आदित्य आ गया?
सर
नहीं, अब आ गया। आदित्य क्या बोले, नहीं आया कि आ गया?
आ गया।
आ गया। बैटरी डाउन है आज तुम्हारी, भाई हो गया? नहीं, अगर मैं कर रहे हूँ
So was the answer I got 150?
नहीं, 144 है बेटा। इंटीजर्स है ना, तो 100 तो मिनिमम है।
No, sorry, yeah, 140. I didn't take the distinct wala, right? 144.
100 मैक्स मिनिमम है, तो ये सेकंड क्या हम एज्यूम कर लेते हैं 101, ये हमें मैक्सिमम चाहिए। हाँ, तो ये क्या होगा 102, ये क्या होगा 103, इसकी वैल्यू आ जाएगी, ठीक है। कितना हो गया 306 हो जाएगा, तो माइनस हो जाएगा 306, ठीक है। कितना है 140, क्लियर भाई, है ना, क्योंकि इसको मैक्सिमम चाहिए तो इनको मिनिमम, मिनिमम क्या हो सकते हैं इंटीजर्स है, तो 100 तो मिनिमम है, तो इसको नेक्स्ट कंसीडर कर लेंगे 101, 102 एंड 103, ठीक। नेक्स्ट ये maybe options हैं 18, 26
क्लोजेस्ट के बाद कुछ कर दिया
नहीं, वो मीन्स एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू नहीं आएगी है ना, उसको राउंड ऑफ करना पड़ेगा। A is 18, B is 26, 16 and 20. ये ऑप्शंस है चार। क्या चाहिए उसे हिंट मिल जाएगा कि यूनिट से रुपीस पर केजी है ना, तो उससे हिंट ले लेना अगर वैसे नहीं पता।
क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट है क्या, क्योंकि इट्स रिटन दिस 5 months इज क्लोजेस्ट लाइक
क्लोजेस्ट टू ये आंसर्स एक्चुअली जैसे आपका 25.5 आया तो आंसर 25.7 आया तो 26 हो जाएगा ऐसे क्लोजेस्ट टू।
अच्छा ओके।
सर 18 है।
करेक्ट है विद 18।
सर ये भी क्वेश्चन का पेपर का है क्या? इज इट फ्रॉम आईपीएम?
नहीं नहीं ये अलग से है, मतलब एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस मान के उसी लेवल में है तो वैसे इजी हो।
सर थोड़े टाइम के बाद ये सारे क्वेश्चन सब एक जैसे लगने लगते हैं, कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है फर्क क्या है इन सब के बीच में।
ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस होगी इसलिए।
नहीं प्रैक्टिस का बात नहीं है, वो
हाँ कॉन्सेप्ट
समझ में नहीं आता है।
हाँ और स्पेशली अगर मैं बात करूँ 2-3 चैप्टर एक साथ करोगे, जैसे रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन करोगे, एवरेज करोगे, परसेंट करोगे तो सब एक से ही लगने लगा। तो इसलिए ज्यादा शॉर्टकट में भी नहीं पढ़ना है, वो भी थोड़ा सा एक प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है। कई लोग क्या होता है हर एक क्वेश्चन का करने लगते, तो जरूरी थोड़ी उस टाइप का क्वेश्चन आने वाला है ना।
सर बट ये सब टॉपिक पे मतलब रेशियो, सिंपल इंटरेस्ट, कंपाउंड, इस पे तो क्वेश्चन आया नहीं था कोई, ना ही लास्ट ईयर आया था, ना ही लास्ट ईयर आया था। तो
नहीं लेकिन आ सकता है। मैंने आपको बताया था इंदौर मूव कर रहा है पूरा किसकी तरफ, मॉडर्न मैथ की तरफ। पूरा मैट्रिसेस, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री, कोनिक सेक्शन, कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री, इस पे पूरा स्विच करने की कोशिश कर रहा है लास्ट 2 ईयर से। मतलब वो साइंस वालों को ही देख के कभी पेपर बनाने लगे। लेकिन भरोसा नहीं आते तो कभी भी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं ना। एनी हाउ इस पे आ तो रही है ना क्वेश्चंस, कभी ना कभी वो चेंज कर सकते हैं। जैसे देखो मैंने बताया लॉग का क्वेश्चन ले रहा है, वो मॉडर्न मैथ में मिक्स करके क्वेश्चंस कर रहा है। एपी में, ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में है ना, वो लॉग को मिक्स करके दे रहा है। 2-3 क्वेश्चन आए थे पिछले बार एक ही पेपर के अंदर। उसको जज करना बहुत मतलब मुश्किल हो गया है। इनमें रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन का सोच रहा हूँ, उसमें मिक्सचर एलिगेशंस वगैरह सब हो रहा है।
फिर 3-4-5 दिन में तो हम लोग मॉडल स्टार्ट कर देते हैं
क्योंकि हमारा टाइम वर्क बचा है, स्पीड डिस्टेंस बचा है,
रेशियो
रेशियो का क्वेश्चन बस।
एंड
लॉग वगैरह
तो इसमें आता है, लास्ट में करेंगे ना किसी करेंगे।
नहीं, वो भी मॉडर्न में ही मान के चलो। राहुल नहीं आ रहा है?
आ गया सर?
अच्छा आ गया क्या? पाही
18।
अग्रिम आ गया आपका?
It like was the value 18.57 करके
हाँ कुछ ऐसे ही आ रहा है।
ऐसे हाँ then it
आ गया पाही? नहीं आया? पढ़ो पाही एक बार क्वेश्चन पढ़ो। क्या कह रहा है? Anil is sold for 5 consecutive months at the rate of 10 है। फर्स्ट मंथ का जो रेट है वो 10 rupees पर केजी है, सेकंड का 20, थर्ड का 25, फोर्थ 25 and 50 है। ओके, a family spend a fixed amount of money on onion for each of the first 3 months। ठीक है, तो एक फिक्स अमाउंट हर मंथ में 3 मंथ्स में हम लोग क्या करें, स्पेंड कर रहे हैं। मैं इसको एज्यूम कर लेता हूँ फर्स्ट में एक्स किया, सेकंड में एक्स किया, थर्ड में एक्स। ओके, and then spends half that amount on onion for each of the next 2 months। तो क्या होगा इसका, next 2 months के लिए x/2 और x/2 हो जाएगा। ओके, नेक्स्ट the average expense for onion in rupees per kg। मतलब क्या चाहिए, जो एवरेज एक्सपेंस की अगर मैं बात करूं, आप यूनिट देखो तो समझ में आएगा क्या हो रहा है कि रुपीस पर केजी मतलब क्या हुआ, टोटल एक्सपेंस की बात कर रहे हो किसमें, इन 5 मंथ। ओके, और डिवाइड बाय क्या हो रहा है, पर केजी मतलब क्या होगा, टोटल क्वांटिटी। ठीक है, किसमें, वो भी इन 5 मंथ्स की बात कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो टोटल एक्सपेंस कितना हो जाएगा उसका, x प्लस x प्लस x प्लस x प्लस x/2 प्लस x/2। तो ये ऐड करके x हो गया, तो ये 4x हो जाएगा। ठीक है, डिवाइड बाय क्वांटिटी की अगर मैं बात करूं तो क्वांटिटी क्या हो जाएगी, फर्स्ट मंथ में क्या कर रहा है, x रुपीस कर रहा है और रेट क्या है 10 रुपीस पर केजी। तो कितना परचेज किया होगा उसने, अगर मैं बात करूं 20 रुपीस एक्सपेंड किया उसने और 10 केजी पर केजी का रेट, 10 रुपीस पर केजी का रेट है, तो मतलब 2 केजी उसने परचेज किया होगा। तो मतलब क्या हो जाएगा, x/10 हो जाएगा। ठीक है, सेकंड के लिए क्या हो जाएगा, प्लस x/20, थर्ड के लिए x/25 प्लस x/2 by 25 प्लस x/2 by 50 हो जाएगा। ठीक है, ऐड करके यहाँ पे करना है, x कॉमन हो गया तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा, एलसीएम ले लेना। ठीक है, 100 एलसीएम आ जाएगा और सॉल्व कर लेना, should get the value as 18 point something आएगा, तो आंसर समझा। ठीक है,
यस।
एक क्वेश्चन और करें, मेरे पास आंसर नहीं है, फिर भी आप लोग ट्राई करो इसको। ये
तो 20 है क्या?
ओके अभी तो आंसर नहीं है मेरे पास, ठीक है देख लेते हैं बाकी 20 आपका है।
हाँ सर 20 आया।
ओके राहुल
वन गोल हो तो 10 मैच में सिर्फ एक गोल, एक बार मैच में।
नहीं 10 टोटल में एक ही, if he scores a total of 1 goal over the next 10 matches. अगर मैं क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया, कर रहे हो ट्राई? पाही हो गया?
Yes.
सर ये नंबर ऑफ मैचेस ही टोटल प्लेड 20 है, ही हैज प्लेड मेरे को 10 आ रहा है, मतलब क्या
हाँ, वही,
what do we have to
same.
answer?
हाँ टोटल आएंगे ना,
टोटल 20 लिखना है ना,
हाँ
Oh,
कि
total.
जितना ही हैज प्लेड,
हम्म
क्योंकि उसने लिखा है क्वेश्चन में लिखा है ऑलरेडी, मेरे ख्याल से तो 10 होना चाहिए क्या?
हाँ आंसर 10 होगा फिर, क्योंकि प्लेयर हैज प्लेड
एक
छोटे
मिनट।
नंबर है ना।
the number of matches he has played is, हाँ हाँ played लिखा है ना, हाँ has played,
टोटल
Oh, sir,
20 है, तो
then-
आंसर
total is
10
20 और the answer will be 10 हो जाएगा।
सर मेरे को 10 आया था, मैं सबसे सोच रही हूँ कि 20 आना चाहिए, मैं तब कंफ्यूज हूँ कि क्या गलत किया है।
नहीं नहीं ठीक, नहीं है, अरे क्यों? चलो करें डिस्कस। अग्रिमा कैसे क्या चलो?
सर आई डिड कि सपोज मान लो कि उसने x नंबर ऑफ गोल्स किए हैं इन द प्रीवियस मैचेस, तो x plus 10 goals if like he scores 1 goal in each of the 10 matches, so x plus 10 upon the total number of matches
x plus 10 एक मिनट and 10 more matches are to be played if he scores a total of 1 goal over the next 10 matches.
हाँ, तो मान लो कि हर एक मैच में एक गोल, तो you will have 10 goals, right?
नहीं
नहीं,
टोटल
नहीं।
ऑफ एक ही गोल,
वो एक ही गोल किया 10 मैचेस में, पढ़ो, इफ ही स्कोर्स अ टोटल ऑफ 1 गोल ओवर द नेक्स्ट 10 मैचेस, टोटल में 1 गोल किया है। पढ़ो ना एक बार आप लैंग्वेज।
हाँ सर, बट उसके लिए लास्ट में मैंने किया था कि लास्ट में वो जो 10 का हो रहा है उसमें लास्ट में इंटू 10 कर दिया तो वो हो गया ठीक आंसर।
अच्छा ठीक है, तो ये x+1 करेंगे ना हम लोग। ओके
हाँ तो हाँ एग्जैक्टली, तो आई हैड टू डू इंटू 10 इसलिए लास्ट में, क्योंकि वो
और डिवाइड में क्या किया, डिवाइड में n यूज किया।
हाँ मैंने किया 10 प्लस y, मतलब मैंने ले लिया था कि n की वैल्यू 10 प्लस y इज इक्वल टू 0.15।
0.15 आ गया। ठीक है,
हाँ।
सेकंड केस की बात करेंगे तो कितना आएगा मेरे पास,
x प्लस
कितना
2 अपॉन n
अपॉन n, दैट्स इक्वल्स टू 0.2।
0.2।
बस अब तो इक्वेशन
फिर सॉल्व
तो यहाँ से क्या आ गया मेरे पास, x+1 की वैल्यू क्या आ गई मेरे पास 0.15 n, तो यहाँ से क्या आ गया x+2 की वैल्यू क्या आ गई 0.2 n आ गई। ठीक, मुझे नंबर ऑफ गोल्स मैचेस चाहिए थे तो n की वैल्यू निकालना था, तो सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देते हैं, तो ये कैंसिल हो गया। सो -1 इक्वल्स टू 0. कितना ये 1 - 2 कितना -1 आ गया, इसमें से करेंगे कितना आएगा माइनस ऑफ प्लस आएगा, सॉरी 0.05 n।
तो सर आपको n20 आएगा, मतलब he has played मतलब he will play 20।
हाँ क्योंकि मैंने टोटल लिया ना। हाँ ठीक है, 0.05 ही आएगा ना, तो n की वैल्यू कितनी होगी 1/0.05 तो 20 आ गया है ना। तो ऑलरेडी इसमें मैंने टोटल किया था, तो 10 तो ऑलरेडी वो प्ले कर चुके थे ना, तो n की आंसर कितना हो जाएगा 10 हो जाएगा।
कैलकुलेशन x थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट किया मैंने। फर्स्ट इक्वेशन दिया xg where x is number of matches and g is the number of goals plus 1 upon x plus 10 दिया।
क्यों
ऐसे x लिया कि number of matches is already played,
हाँ
ऊपर xg आया where g is number of goals plus 1 but x plus 10 is equal to 0.15।
हाँ ठीक है, उसको कॉम्प्लिकेट कर दिया होगा आपने, फिर ये वेरिएबल ज्यादा नहीं होंगे।
हाँ फिर मुझे xg2 आया बट आई डिडंट रियलाइज कि वैल्यू इनपुट के n निकालना है।
n निकालना।
हाँ तो मैंने मुझे xg आया फिर 2 कहाँ से आया मुझे आता नहीं।
चलो ठीक है, हो गया सबका। चलो कुछ क्वेश्चंस मैं अरुण शर्मा की कराता हूँ।
याद है जब पहली बार मैंने सॉल्व करे थे 90 क्वेश्चंस है
फर्स्ट एक्सरसाइज
एग्जैक्टली 90 है। इतने आसान थे लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी 1 के 3 घंटे में हो गए। उसके बाद ये तो टाइम लगता है।
तो इसका क्वेश्चन नंबर हम लोग 3 से स्टार्ट करेंगे, शेयर कर रहा हूँ। जूम करना है आदित्य।
हाँ सर।
कौन सा क्वेश्चन करना है?
क्वेश्चन नंबर 3।
सर ऑप्शन ए है।
ऑप्शन ए 190। ओके ठीक है, मैं चेक करता हूँ। करेक्ट आदित्य 190. Okay.
So 180, 190.
Correct. Agrima, doing? Okay, पाइए.
Doing.
आ गया था ना? क्या कर रहे? बाकी जिनका हो गया वो फोर्थ अगर ट्राई करना है तो कर सकता हूँ. अगर करना
53 है.
53 आ रहा है. ये ऑप्शन फोर्थ का. नहीं आदित्य, इसमें आंसर डिफरेंट है. एक बार चेक करो. कर लो, चलो सब लोग कर लो. सेकंड फोर्थ क्वेश्चन. अग्रिमा आ गया फर्स्ट वाला, थर्ड वाला?
नहीं सर, पता नहीं, आज कुछ नहीं आ रहा है.
ऐसा नहीं बोला करो. आज कुछ नहीं आ रहा है. अभी आ ही रहे थे ना क्वेश्चन, है ना? आज थोड़ी एग्जाम है, अभी तो सीख रही हो ना. 40 करेक्ट आंसर है. भाई हो गया आपका थर्ड?
Yes.
अग्रिमा कैलकुलेशन चेक की?
सर अभी पहले फोर्थ कर लेती, फिर जाती हूँ वापस थर्ड पे.
ठीक है, कर लो, नहीं तो फिर डिस्कस करते हैं थर्ड. ठीक.
40 है.
40 आदित्य. राहुल आ गया 40?
कर रहा हूँ सर.
करो.
Sir, can you scroll little right? बस, ठीक है. और थोड़ा सा.
और चाहिए वाला कौन सा कर रहे हो? 10th कर रहे हो?
ये क्वेश्चन बहुत थोड़ा ट्रिकी लग रहा है, ट्राई करने देखते हैं.
हाँ कर लो. करना है आपको।
सर 4533 है क्या? कैन यू चेक?
4 5 ये
33
ऑप्शन
है.
10th ना, करेक्ट है ये ऑप्शन। अग्रिमा हो गया फोर्थ?
यस सर, जस्ट लास्ट का 1 मिनट।
पाही
सर हाँ सर, हो गया फोर्थ फाइनली।
हो गया। थर्ड
अब करती हूँ।
करो फटाफट। पाही हो गया फोर्थ?
ऑलमोस्ट।
ऑलमोस्ट। अगर मैं आपको और पाही आपके लिए मैं वर्कशीट में 10th क्वेश्चन भी ऐड कर दूंगा, ठीक है, जो पेज में तो वो भी ट्राई कर लेना। अगर मैं आप 31 डेज ही ले रही हो ना, 30 तो नहीं ले रही हो?
और
क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में
क्वेश्चन नंबर
Three.
sorry sir 32 days right?
नहीं नहीं 31 डेज कंसीडर होंगे ना, वो एक तो डबल हो जाएगा कंसीडर, जनवरी है ना तो 31 ही डेज होंगे ना।
हाँ तो वो जो 32 आ रहा है मुझे वही लगा क्वेश्चन में एरर है, फिर मेरे को लगा चलो मैथ से अभी क्या करना है मतलब।
नहीं वो रिपीट हो जाएगा ना, आप देखो यहाँ से 1 2 3 करके ऐसे अगर मैं लिखूं, ऐसे करके आएगा, यहाँ पर 15 आ जाएगा, ठीक है, फिर यहाँ से कंसीडर होगा, फिर यहाँ पर 31 आ जाएगा। तो बैक से कितना नंबर आएगा 17, मतलब स्टार्टिंग से कितना होगा 13 1 माइनस 17 प्लस 1 आ जाएगा। पता नहीं फॉर्मूला कैसे करते हैं,
एक्चुअली नहीं पता था।
अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ ठीक है, अगर मैं काउंट भी कर लूँ से 1 2 3 4 5 है, तो ये अगर यहाँ से 4th नंबर है स्टार्टिंग से, तो बैक से कितना होगा, टोटल जो नंबर्स थे उससे मैंने स्टार्टिंग से जितना किया उसको माइनस किया, जो स्टार्टिंग से कितना 4th है ना,
हाँ
ये बैक से चाहिए तो माइनस कर दिया और प्लस 1 कर दिया, तो कितना आ गया 2 आ गया, तो बैक से कितना होगा ये 2 हो जाएगा।
अच्छा इसका फॉर्मूला
ठीक है, तो वो चीज कंसीडर करो तो 15th को डबल बार आने लगे, तो डायरेक्टली आप क्या
सर 4th के बाद कौन सा करना था?
नहीं 4th के बाद 10th कर रहे थे ना हम लोग। हो गया ठीक है, आज के मैं दे देता हूँ शीट में 4-5 क्वेश्चन दे दूंगा, तो वो कर लेना, ठीक है। ठीक है, अगर मैं इन दोनों को ऐड करके इसको माइनस कर देना, क्योंकि वो डबल रिपीट हुआ होगा तो हो जाएगा। ठीक है, ट्राई करना, नहीं होगा तो बताना मुझे, ओके। और आप वो 70 वाला भी क्वेश्चन कर लेना एक बार ट्राई।
हाँ सर एक्चुअली माइनस का मुझे समझ नहीं आता क्योंकि इतना किया था फिर वही अटक रही थी, सो माइनस का पता है तो हो जाएगा।
चलो ठीक है, हो गए पाही क्वेश्चंस।
सर
हाँ देख,
एक रिमाइंडर, कुछ डाउट था मुझे रिमाइंडर वाले इसमें।
अच्छा ठीक है, भेजोगे मुझे कि अभी करना है डिस्कस?
कैसे भी चलेगा सर।
भेज दो, मैं सॉल्यूशन दे दूँ, ठीक है।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, तो कल हम लोग न्यू सेशन चालू करेंगे, न्यू चैप्टर, ओके, रेशियल प्रोपोर्शन करते हैं, ठीक है, ओके क्लियर। ठीक है, तो ट्राई करना है ना, प्रैक्टिस करते जाओ। राहुल कल आ गया था वो आंसर आपका जो पूछ रहे थे फर्स्ट चैप्टर का?
हाँ सर आ गया था।